and join our experienced designers and get a taste for this fabulous hobby. We will guide you through the basics to get you started making your own beautiful jewellery. Everyone is welcome in the jewellery making family, so start your jewellery making journey today.
I found Jewellery Maker by flicking through the TV one day and being absolutely astounded by the gemstones and the price. Obviously sceptical at first, but within days I'd ordered, never looked back. My first impressions were how friendly the channel is and feeling like being on the other side of the screen, you're still part of it. I enjoy the gemstones most about the channel, but also the presenters and the guest designers learning new techniques. Claire McDonald's my favourite guest designer. Her wire work is absolutely amazing, astounding. I love how the channel's evolved recently. I love the prices that we get, and the customer service is fantastic. Advice for somebody starting out in Jewellery Maker would be to have a little go at everything, see what you like, and then go with that, because you'll excel at whatever you're enjoying.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
A bit crazy in here for 3 minutes then, didn't it? Honestly, if you could see what goes on in the break, it's absolute mayhem. Damn you, I tell you. Right, I have an incredible 4 hours coming up for you. You can't go anywhere. I've got brand new gemstone chain. I've got one an hour. I've got lapis, I've got labradorite, I've got amethyst, and I've got garnet. Which we were just saying, it's impossible to say if you don't say it in an accent. Also, I could be talking a lot like that over the next 4 hours. Lush. Because Lady Laura's here today. How are you, love?
I'm good.
It's lovely to have you today.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. And she's bought her fruit platter, which as always she does as well.
I do.
Brilliant. I'll tell you what, you want one of your 5 a day, make sure you're working with Laura Binding. We've got some incredible kits. Fabulous, fabulous kits. All I need to know, we're going to kind of put the power in your hands. Whoever messages in first, right? Which one do you want to see first? Labradorite. I mean, you can shorten it down if you want, like lab, to make it quicker. Lab, lapis, amethyst, or garnet. It's entirely up to you. You let us know which one you want to see in this hour. They are all brand new, all 1 metre lengths of chain with your gemstone there as well. Which one would you go for, Laura?
Oh, I've seen them, and I still can't decide.
Well, can you just say?
No.
Can you just say one of them for
The
me?
lapis.
No, not that one.
The labradorite.
Not that one.
The amethyst.
Not that one.
The other one that I wasn't listening to.
Garnet.
Garnet.
Yay! Yeah, Janie, Greater Manchester. Garnet. Do you know what? We're going to do it now. Phil just said, you know what, I've only got 100. I tell you, go back out and come back in again. Only 100. Oh, do you know, they're brand new though. 100, loads of you texting in. We'll do it again the next hour. We'll see which one you want in the next hour as well. You've got to be quick, you see. But you know what? You're going to get to see them all anyway. Brand new gemstone chains for you. I like these a lot. Basically, because we don't want, basically, you know, I'm not going to beat around the bush because, you know, it makes it look like you've done a lot more work than what you actually have. Basically. Do you know, all you would have to do is literally add your jump rings and your clasp at the end of that, and you could have that as one beautiful. Oh, look at the garnet with the gold though. Doesn't it look gorgeous? They really complement each other beautifully, don't they? A metre long length you have here. Yeah, a metre long length. So you could, if you wanted to, I mean, it's entirely up to you, you could quite easily cut that with your cutters, wherever you want to. And then you could kind of make two 16-inch lengths with that metre long length if you wanted to for necklaces. And then you could have a 7-inch bracelet. I mean, it's a bracelet or anklet. That's going to look beautiful, isn't it? That's perfect.
I'd say anklet though.
Yeah, that is classic, isn't it? That classic kind of drop look that you've got there. Really pretty. Now, with a metre long length, actually, you could get 5, maybe 6, I think, 7-inch bracelets out of that metre long length. And again, you could just simply add your jump ring and your fastening in there, your lobster claw, fast bolt ring, clasp, whatever you wish to do so. And that's it, job done then. They are gold plated as well that you've got here. So you've got that high-end look, that high-end finish, and as I say, really complements your garnet. 18 carats you have in total. That's a massive carat weight. And they are completely natural garnets. Sorry, I'm going to stop it now. Completely natural garnets that you've got there as well. They are fantastic. Do you know, you could cut if you wanted to again. It's kind of one of those, isn't it? And I know... when Gemma Crow was here the other day, she said, no, I'm quite happy to cut it. I can go in, no guilt, just go straight in and cut it. But I kind of feel a little bit guilty because I can see the work that's gone into these. But if you wanted to kind of cut them off so that you've got kind of garnet hanging at the bottom of the chain, so that'd be like an inch length, I'm guessing, approximately there. So you could, you know, you could have that drop, you could have your garnets on the end there, and you could attach a shepherd's hook finder. You could have those as earrings as well, so you could make a lot of earrings with this chain. Or you could just multi-buy. You could multi-buy, you could come in, you could have the metre long length for yourself. You could cut one of those metre long lengths into anklets. You could cut another metre long length into earrings if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. 0800 644 655. Isn't that gorgeous? Do you know what? We've taken it all the way down to just £9.95 for you today. How high-end does this look? If you went anywhere and tried to get 18 carats of garnet at £9.95, I don't think it would happen. I'm very confident in saying that it wouldn't happen. If you want to get 18 carats of faceted garnet, that is in pretty much a finished design for you. All you've got to do is add your lobster claw fastening on there if you're just making this into a chain, and your jump ring at £9.95. It's not going to happen. Just for the gold plating alone you've got in that metre long length. What would you do with this, Laura? What would you do with your metre?
I don't know. I like you say, you just want to keep it simple as it is.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful chain. For me, I'm thinking of like the hand to wrist bracelets, you know, but just almost having it so it wraps around your wrist and then just comes down, and you don't need a ring. It will just literally go around your finger. It would just look beautiful.
Oh, that would look so. Because it's kind of they kind of have the gemstone chains like the boho chic look, don't they? Kind of festival as well.
Yeah, and if you had like sort of a 1.5mm wire, you could do a very simple band of you know, like a ring, but very simple, like just a, you know, just like a giant jump ring. There is. No, like a giant jump ring is what I was thinking. Like, you know, just one plain sort of band, and then you could connect the chain to that, and that would look lovely.
Yeah, definitely. That's stunning. And £9.95. You are the first people to get this into your stash today. Do you know what? You could potentially be the last as well. EPPP40 is your code for this one. If you're doing your birthstone pieces as well, you know, garnet is the birthstone for January, so you will need to have this one in your stash. You can embellish your clothing with this if you want to. You can embellish your handbags. If you've got any of the leather nappers, you can embellish a clutch bag. Always comes back to the clutch bag. You can embellish a clutch bag with that if you wanted to as well. Rabina in Lanarkshire, very regular bidder there, well done. You've got 2 on the telephone lines. Cindy in Sussex, collect it in Louisiana. Pam in Kent, collect it in Greater London. You've got 2. Jacqueline in Cumbria, you've got 2. Collect it in Merseyside, well done. Collect it in Greater Manchester. Brian in Rhondda, well done to you. Do remember, you can buy a couple of these if you want. In fact, you can buy 5 or 10 of them if you want. If we've got quantity there, you are more than welcome to take that quantity. No extra cost on your P&P either. No, as much as you like, from midnight last night right through until midnight tonight. I'm just thinking as well, could you perhaps, well, you could mix them up. There's no reason why you couldn't mix the chains and use them all together if you wanted to. In fact, if gold is your colour, this is the only gold one that we have. This one is gold plated, the others are silver plated, and we've got rose gold plated there as well. So this is the only gold one that we have. Always worth having that option on your craft stall, I think, if you're a crafter, because, you know, sometimes there's certain colours that just work well with certain gemstones, but then sometimes we all have a preference. You know, my preference with everything pretty much is silver colour. I know Laura's, yours is copper, isn't it? Yeah. As well, so it's always worth having that option to be able to offer your customer as well. You could as well, if you've got any of our kind of microfaceted gemstone strands, or our gems of distinction strands as well, you could use your featherweight headpins. You could add some more on there if you want, so maybe make it a little bit more personal and a little bit more significant. So say your birthday's in January and you're garnet, maybe you've got some microfaceted spinel, which is now officially the birthstone for August. It was just added last week, so you could put some spinel on there. If that's your partner's birthday, maybe add some spinel on there, so that could symbolise you and your partner. If you've got some children, maybe you've got some pearls, their birthday's in June, you could put some of your pearls on there as well. You know, you can really make that symbolic and really personalise that design. Or again, that could be a service that you could offer to your customer. EPPP40, well done. Okay, let's go over this kit. I tell you, do you know what? It's probably something that I talk about every single day here at Jewellery Maker. Well, every time that I'm here. Is the animal print. Because it's not holidays, Ryan. It's something that never ever dates. Animal print. Laura, I'm sure you had a shell suit that was covered in it once upon a time. Maybe not the animal print.
I had a pink.
We've spoken about this before, haven't we?
I don't know why I had pink. I just don't like pink.
Mine was purple and green. It's kind of something that never dates, the animal print. You know, I can remember back in the 80s, you know, my mum's whole wardrobe was pretty much animal print. But now, you know, it's everywhere now as well, in your clothing, in your accessories, in your hammer. It's everywhere right now. Animal print is one of those. All over the catwalk at London Fashion Week as well. It's very, very much on trend. So again, maybe if it's not something that's quite for you, but you are a crafter, always worth having something like this on your craft stall. Check these out. Oh my gosh. I bet you were overwhelmed when you got these, Laura. In your
definitely.
Wow. It kind of, when I picked these up earlier on, I was like, for some reason I just want to roar out loud.
I was actually sat around my friends when I got my box, because my husband dropped it off to me, and we were sat there going through all my kits, and I was like, wow, look at, they're amazing. It was like, it keeps going.
There is a lot there, isn't there? And a lot of animal print. I think the zebra is my favourite. Love those. They are fabulous. You have 4 strands of your gemstones here, of shells. You've got your leopard print, your mother of pearl zebra print, and so your leopard print, your zebra print, and I've said leopard. Oh no, there's 2. I beg your pardon. Cinnamon leopard. Ooh, I like that, jazzing it up a little bit there. Different shapes as well. You've got your ovals, you've got your pairs, and you've got your squares there as well. So again, different shapes. That's going to give you different looks in your jewellery pieces. I think it's fair to say that you could make so many pieces of jewellery with these. I mean, one of those in any, you know, whether it be a statement ring or whether it be a pendant, that's going to give you impact without having anything else at all. That's going to give you impact because of that print that you've got there. I'm just going to count out one of these strands actually. I'll go for the, this is leopard for leopard, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of those in there. So you could wire out, just simply wire out one of those, long drop in a pendant, and you could do that 11 times over. So that again for you, Laura, 11. And And you could do that so many times throughout all of these strands as well. I quite like these as well. These got like
it's like almost
pink.
like a pink hue to them, isn't it?
They're gorgeous. Mother of pearl there as well. Really, really pretty. Look at that luster you've got there. So you've got 4 of your gemstone strands. That's not all you're getting. Look at the colour variety of wire you've got in here. Wowzers. Look at all of this. You've got your silver plated copper wire there, which is your 0.8mm gauge. You've got 10 metres of that in there. You've got your 0.6mm gold coloured wire as well. You've got your black wire in there, which is your 1mm gauge. You've got 10 metres of that. And you've got your antique bronze 0.4. So I'm just going to go through those gauges again. You've got your 1mm, your 0.8, your 0.6 and your 0.4, silver, gold, black and antique bronze. Great to have this colour variety actually, because normally when we look at kits we might have maybe 2 different coloured wires in there. You know, it tends to be 1, maybe 2, but you've actually got 4 different colours there. And with gemstone strands like this, that's brilliant, isn't it? Because I mean, a lot's going to work with all of these gemstone strands as well. 40 metres. Oh, I want this one. Oh, I've only just seen Laura's pieces because I was in here with Karen Crawford in the 12 o'clock hour. Look at this. Oh, Laura, that is fab. But I absolutely love that.
One of those flowers is actually a brooch. So
really?
It's something that, the one with the black spiral is actually a brooch, so it's one that you'll actually be able to add and remove. So I just thought, oh, I want, you know, just to add it on, but you could take it off and actually just have it as a brooch as well, and so you can chop about the look a little bit.
I absolutely love, that's my favourite design, I love it, it's fabulous. I think that's probably my favourite strand out of the gemstone strands, and this design is just fantastic. That's fabulous. How long did this one take you, Laura?
It's probably took me about an hour because I've used the 0.8 wire for that as well. So it's not. Actually, it's quite easy once you get sort of going with the 0.8 because it builds up quite quickly because it's thicker. I can't talk today. Sorry.
I can't talk any day.
No,
Laura,
it's true.
So
it's true. Great team today, though. But yeah, you know, once you've done the flower component, I just wanted it to be continuous as well, so the clasp's actually hidden in with the flower. So I just thought it means you can wear it however you want to.
Really, really pretty. I love that. I love this as well. I just love the variety of colours of wire that you've got in this design as well, because you can see how well the different colours work with those different strands that you've got. I love this bracelet as well. Using the black and the silver wire. Look at that. Just simply 5 of the gemstones. Fabulous. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of jewellery. Did you have any left?
I did, but I've left them outside.
Unbelievable.
Not loads. You know, I was looking here and it goes like, where have I left them up where I was?
Absolutely fine.
But yeah, I probably had, I had a few of those ones left because I've only used them in that piece. So I had half a strand of that left. And I had sort of like 2 of the leopard ones left and a couple of the drops as well.
Love this. Oh, look at that.
Come here.
Come here, let me do it properly.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, look at that. How cool is that?
I really like that because it's something that you don't detract from the stone still. So it's still got that decoration, but you still get to see the feature of the stone, because that's, in a way, that's the biggest challenge with this, isn't it? You don't want to take away that detail of the lovely shell pearls. So it's, you just got to work with, you know, enhancing them.
Yeah, definitely. They are fabulous. £36.60. So if you came in today and bought all of these strands and all of this wire as individual components on the website today, that's the price tag that you would be paying. However, the benefit of tuning in and watching us live is the code at the top of your screen is essentially a discount code. We take that price tag down, save you lots of money. £17.95. That is a huge, huge saving. So per component, what does that work out to? I've got 8, so that's not even £2. No, £2 something each. £2 something. Wow, that's £2.24 for 10 metres of your antique bronze wire. £2.84 for 10 metres of your black wire. That's just ridiculously low, isn't it? What kind of price tag would you pop on that bracelet, Laura?
So for something like that, I'd probably say between £12 to £15.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that you can adapt, and it's something that you could do with any of the gemstones as well. You could also put it into a necklace feature.
Oh,
so I was just trying to show some different techniques, and obviously I used a lot of the wire up using the Viking knit, because it does take quite a lot of wire up, but you could, you know, a nice necklace, nice pair of earrings, anything really.
Yeah. So basically, Laura, you've nearly got your money back just on that bracelet alone.
Yeah.
And you'd have absolutely...
Yeah.
I tell you what, for something that is so on trend this season as well, with your animal print and all of that wire, you know, you don't have to come in today and purchase this kit to work on this particular project if you don't want to. You can just get these home. You can do anything you want to with these. You're simply topping up your wire stash, simply topping up your gemstone stash. If you're brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker and you are looking for somewhere to start, come in and get this kit today. Laura's going to show us in a second how we can make one of these pieces of jewellery, and you can go along at home as well and do it. You can watch this show back and then have a go when you get the kit home. TCGC34 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. I've got multi-buyers on this kit as well. Massive, massive congratulations. That is phenomenal. Collector Rabina's back in, collecting in Greater London. Belinda in Buckinghamshire, Lee, Janice, Lindsay in Manchester, collected in Oxfordshire, Deborah, Valerie, Isabel, Anne, Linda in Dumfries and Galloway. You're there as well. Keep dialing in. You can come in now and you can have this home in just a couple of days' time. With the kits as well, you've still got your 30-day money-back guarantee. If you get it home, you have a look at this and think, do you know what? Probably not going to get through all of this. I'm not going to use it, or I don't know what to do with it. I don't think you'd ever have that trouble, actually.
No.
At any time, you can go onto our website. You can go to YouTube and find some inspiration there as well. That's a lot of wire that you've got there at £17.95 without the gemstones is phenomenal. But the added gemstones in there as well. Incredible. Are we doing these now, Phil? Well, I'm just going to give you a heads up. I just want to give you a heads up because we've not seen the Lazy Daisy for a long time. April. Wow. They're going to go quickly. Laura's going to use those in a little while. Those are fantastic. Still got about 20 in baskets at the moment. You must make sure you're checking that one out. You can only get it home if you completed that checkout process. So as soon as you can, do that. That's fantastic. Right then, Laura Lou, what are you going to show us?
Well, I was going to show how to do the sort of flower with the teardrops, but I might have to borrow your strand of the teardrops.
I
will give it back, don't worry.
Oh yeah, because you left them outside.
Yeah, I left mine
problem.
outside. Because I loved how he sort of made that layered flower effect.
Yeah.
And then obviously we'll go over a little bit of Viking knit and just how you can do the Viking knit.
Yeah.
And you can see that I've actually used Viking knit in the 1 mil, the 0.8, and in the 0.4 as well. So the silver one's the 0.8.
Yeah.
The black one is the 1 mil.
Yeah.
And you can see that, you know, the colours still stayed the same. It's not been affected in any way. And then the little circles are the 0.4.
Wow.
And again, I can show how to do the little circles as well. So, yeah, we'll just try and get a few little things in.
Fabulous.
Okay? So, with these ones, just need 5. Let's check I can count. And the 0.8 wire went through them, but the 1 mil didn't.
Right, okay.
So what I wanted to do, normally when we do a flower, you kind of put the points together and you'll create a little flower like this. But I want to do it a little bit different, so I've done it in the opposite way.
Oh, yeah.
So by doing that, obviously, it's enabled to overlap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I used the 0.8, but I'm going to use 0.6 because that's what I've got here.
Yeah.
So you're just going to take a length of wire, probably about 1 metre. Okay. I'm going to just feed on one of the stones, probably about 1/4 of the way down, and then I'm just going to fold the wire down one side of the stone. Now, they're patterned on both sides. To be honest, they're similar on both sides, but I mean, like that one's got sort of some colour marking, so you might want to put that one aside for a pendant or something. So, have a little look at them before you decide what will be the front and the back. And the wire goes down the back of the stone.
Righty-ho.
Then take 2 wires where they meet. And we're just going to twist. Okay. So then I'm going to use the longer length of wire now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put another stone on again. I'm going to put the sort of the wider end on first because we want the point to be at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, repeat the same. So what you can do is almost have it so that it sort of overlaps very slightly, okay?
Okay.
Down the back again. Now what you want to start doing is just connecting this centre part of these together. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm holding it nice and close to the stone, and I'm just wrapping it around, again, that little section of wire there that's coming out of the stone.
Yeah.
So you can see both those little bits have got wire wrapped around them. Okay, so now I'm going to again take that longer length of wire again and repeat. And as you're doing this, like I said, you might need to start to sort of see how they're going to sit, so they will overlap.
Yeah.
And again, we're just going to take that wire. And what I'm going to start to do now is almost kind of go just around the centre part and sort of stabilise this. So they're stable now, all right? Okay. And in fact, do you want me to just do the other two quickly?
Yeah, of course, that'd be great. We're going to bring it on screen because you've been waiting it for a very, very long time. Laura's going to demo this for us in just a second. If you are a wire worker, you will be cartwheeling around the lounge right now. You've just watched the ornaments in process. Haven't got many of them. Oh, how many do we have? Oh, Phil. Okay, double figures, high double figures. Not as many as we'd like, but still, I'm not going to complain. The Viking Knit wire weaving tool is going to give you results just like this on Laura's necklace. It's a fabulous look. It really adds texture to your designs. It adds that third dimension to your designs. It looks so fab as well. It is simply, well, it is like a knitting tool, if you like, isn't it? Yeah. It gives you that kind of knitted look with the lazy days there, and actually really, really easy to use as well. This is the larger one as well. This is your 1/2 inch lazy daisy tool, and I'm going to hand it over to you if I can, Laura.
Do you want me
just to demo?
Use mine?
Oh, have you got one the same size? Brilliant. Here's one I made earlier.
Right, I keep mine in one of these little mini portfolio bags that we do, because then that way I don't lose any of the parts of it, and I know where it all is. I've got the non-chewed one.
Non-chewed.
So yeah, basically you have the tool, and it's got 12 loops in the daisy part of it, which obviously is removable, which enables you just to obviously create more a different look, really. When you buy the tool, you get instructions of a layout as to how you can sort of do each sort of however many loops you want to do. Which are broken down in there, but basically you just divide in 12 by whatever you want to do. So if you want to do a 4 loop, then you're going to divide 4 by 12 by 4, and then you would just skip the loops, and that's what I've done with the silver chain. Is I did a 4 loop on this tool, so it enabled me to use a thicker gauge of wire.
Of course.
Which I wouldn't have been able to have done that on a smaller tool. So you know, both tools are different, and both tools are very beneficial. So this is actually probably the better one if you're learning. Because you've got a wider diameter, so you can actually, you've got more space to practice on. So if you know, if you're new to Viking knitting and you're torn between making a choice of a tool, I would say this one. But I would say ultimately I would have both, because you get different looks from them. And it makes your loops more open. Because obviously what will be your rung, which I'll talk about in a minute, it's got a bigger distance between it, so that affects the look as well. So you know, it's just brilliant, really.
Fab. Should we bring the price in? £24.95. Phil says we're meant to be there. Well, you're in control, Phil, not me. Okay, we're going down low. We only have 90 chances. Phil's just having a look everywhere, and he cannot find it anywhere near this price tag. He's doing his research. He's on the internet right now. He's like, we won't be beaten. We will not be beaten. £14.95 for you today. That is incredible, incredible value. Get this home and have a go yourself. As Laura says, it does come with very, very easy instructions, which I like. I call them lady instructions because they come with pictures. Just makes everything so much simple, doesn't it? You know, much more simple, I should say. I just love that. You can mix up, as you see here, you can mix up your coloured wires in with that as well. It gives you such a fantastic, fantastic look to your jewellery. Also, if you have again a look at Laura's finished pieces, which we've seen quite often, you know, if you do that in a larger size, we've seen people put gemstones inside. You can fill it with gemstones if you want to. You could put cords through the centre there. You could weave cords through. You could weave any materials through there if you wanted to. Entirely up to you. Half of the stock in baskets. They're going to go. They're going to go. There's loads of people on the telephone lines right now as well. Waiting to be answered. Free telephone number, seconds. That's the longest you're going to be waiting at the moment. It's just seconds on the telephone line, so do make sure you stay exactly where you are. HK, I beg your pardon, KHZE. Well, I do always do that, I do. KHZE64 is your code for this one. 30-day money-back guarantee. Get it home. Have a go with this, you know, have a play. And that's the great thing. You can use all your coloured wires for this as well. I love that.
Definitely. I mean, you can use 2 coloured wires at once. You can, like you say, you can do it sectioned, so that you have, you know, one section silver, one section black, You can have it sort of mixed up.
That would look cool. You could have like a rainbow.
Yeah, you can do like a rainbow. I've done it where I've had the gold wire and I've done a really long lariat style necklace with like a sort of a slider bead, and then dipped the ends in the pink. So I started with a bit of pink and finished with a bit of pink. But when they came together, it looked like they'd just been sort of dip dyed. So it looks really cool. So you can sort of play it out and put some tassels on the end. But like you say, you can fill it with gemstones. You can also stitch gemstones into it. So I mean, I didn't have any smaller gemstones with this kit, so I couldn't kind of fill them up. But in the second one, we've got those lovely aquamarines. They would go beautiful inside. Seed beads, like you say, would go lovely, but you could stitch them in and run it along, so you then have like almost like the kumihimo, the beaded kumihimo kind of, a bit sort of finer looking.
Yeah, definitely. That would look incredible, wouldn't it? Get this home and have a go with that. Not many left, I've got to be honest with you. There's a couple of people multi-buying there. Jane in Greater Manchester's got 2. Collect in Oregon, you've got 2 as well. Congratulations to you. About 20 in baskets at this moment in time. Toyin, you've got yours. Anthony in Pembrokeshire. Gillian, well done. You've got yours. Victoria, congratulations. Sally, well done. Wendy, Narinda, Alexandra, loads and loads of you. That's going to sell out, isn't it? Very, very quickly. Right, I'm going to bring you the smaller one then. What kind of quantity are we looking at with the smaller one, Philip? Even less. Wrong answer. Unfortunately, 80 of these ones. So again, Laura, you were saying that this one's going to give you different results. Yeah,
you just get different look. I used a smaller one to do the circles with the antique bronze wire. So they give you, it's just the I mean, obviously, you can see that the size of the tool itself, if you compare them, the knit's going to come off the size of the tool. So it's going to be that size. Straight away, your knit's going to be smaller if it's on this one. But it's a different look again.
So I guess that the smaller one, as with lots of tools like that, on knitting needles and crocheting, it gives you a more detailed, it's more intricate, isn't it, the finish, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it just is a different look. It means you can use different gauges of wire. And like I said, if you wanted to, if I did a 4-loop knit on this one and then a 4-loop knit on this one, they would look completely different. Because this one drawn, well, first of all, it'd be longer because the rungs are going to be longer, which is going to give a longer length of wire. But on this one, it's going to look more compact. It really is just a matter of different looks and what you want to use it for, really. Because sometimes you want to take it straight off of the tool and not draw it through. In which case, you might want it to be this size because it's a perfect size to just drop your beads straight into. And your rungs are going to be closer, which means that your beads are less likely to escape. Because obviously it's going to be a gap. Whereas this one, your rungs are going to be wider, so your beads can escape. And you'd have to draw it through. So it really does. I honestly say, if you can get both of them, then I would get both.
Yeah, definitely.
Personally.
Meant to be price tag, but we're not going to do that. Feels like no, we are going to be competitive. We're so competitive, we even beat our own prices, you know, here at Jewellery Maker. That's how good we are. £14.95. That one's a 1/4 of an inch Viking knit tool that you've got there as well. As Laura says, it's going to give you different looks. Get it home, have a play with all that wire that you've got in your kit as well. You know, you've got the right gauges to use on both of those there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, you have. I actually did the black Viking knit that I've done on with the sort of the squared diamond pearls. I did do that on a smaller tool. Because I wasn't going to draw it through too much, so because I didn't then have to reduce the actual knit, I was able to just take it straight off, and all I did was use my nylon pliers and just gently sort of ran them along the knit itself just to reduce it very slightly. So that's basically come off more or less like that. But again, because it was the smaller tool, I was able to just, the gaps of the rungs are smaller, so it looks different.
It does, doesn't it?
It's just different looks. Honestly, that's the only difference. There isn't, you know, obviously this has only got 6 loops, whereas this one's got 12. It really is.
So it's just to tighten it, if you like.
I love them both. As you can tell, I've got both with me. I always have both with me.
And obviously that's gonna, you know, it matters on the design, the type of design that you're using, the size of gemstones that you're using, things like that.
It depends what you're looking for. I often do just a simple chain on a 3-loop on this tool with a 0.4, and then I draw it through on, which I know you're doing in a minute, the draw plate. And I can actually get it through the smallest hole here, and then it gives a really lovely chain, but it still looks substantial but dainty, and it's really quick and easy to do as well.
That would look, by the time you've done that through your draw plates, that would look so detailed, wouldn't it? By the time you've got to the end of it, it would look beautiful, stunning. Right, I'm going to let you carry on then, Lady Laura.
Like I said, I will show you that in a minute.
Fabulous.
Okay, so I've carried on and just attach these, and you can see how they overlap, and you get that kind of flower effect. And you can reposition them and get them to sit exactly how you want them to sit. They will find a natural sort of look.
It's
really
more organic like that, isn't it, as well?
So it depends what you want to do with it now. I mean, you've got a pendant, you've got brooch, anything you want. Now we do brooch findings. Yeah, we do. I think we might have some today. In which case you could use this excess wire here and just stitch it to the section here. But if you wanted to make your own brooch finding, this is a 0.6 wire. I would say a 0.8 ideally as a minimum. And what you can do is just kind of feed it under one of your wires here, just to get it up a little bit further to get a distance. And then what you do is just take the wire, fold it, so it's going to just make like a little hook with this, okay? Oops,
Shirley sent us a text message in. She says, I have to say, if you have not got the laser daisy, you will not get a better price than this. And welcome back, Laura. Oh, thank you, Shirley. That's so you see, you can do research as well. That price tag. Phil was doing it as he was bringing in the price tag there.
Well, we used to. I mean, when it first launched, it was about £30. Well, it was about £45. Admittedly, that was as a bundle. But like you said, the larger tool on its own was £25. And that was the cheapest that we could find at the time as well.
I know.
Right. So all I've done is I've wrapped around those wires there.
Okay.
So I've just wrapped that, and I'm just taking the wire back under there, and then you would just secure it. So I'll move my hand in a minute for you. So that just is done. Again, you're just securing that to that wire, okay? You take a bit more time and care, obviously, and then you just cut that. And then just bend it backwards, and just use pliers, whatever you've got really, just to hook it over. And that becomes your clasp then, that your wire then hooks under. Okay? And then, again, with this piece here, you just kind of feed it back under, whichever one's easier. And then you just want to create like a spring effect, really. So your pin is going to go in this direction. So you just want to pop your pliers in and go in that direction, so your wire will go. And I tend to go around twice. So I'm just wrapping the wire around those pliers to make a kind of like a split ring, really. But what that's doing is giving you a spring effect. So I can show you like that, you'll see. And then that just becomes what would just go under your pin like that.
Excellent.
Okay, so that's how you would make that component part. And again, if I want to cover that wire a bit there, I converted it to make that into the clasp for the necklace. So one's a brooch, one's part of the necklace. And then if you wanted to just cover up your sort of wiry bit here and give a bit more stability here, I took my 0.8 in the 1 mil. Again, I've left my outside, so I'm just going to use the gold. You just cut a section off, create a spiral. Super quick, so you would do a better spiral than I'm currently doing. Once you've got that, you can just doing it super quick. You want it to be large enough that it can sit over that centre part. Okay, so it's just a little spiral there.
It's pretty, isn't it?
And then you would just feed that in the centre of that. Place it so it sits
and it just
like that, and it hides. And then what you can still do then is use the tail and almost go just around your, careful obviously of your findings that you've made. But you can just kind of use it to go under and secure all of that, and then bring it back up and blend it in underneath the spiral again. Okay, so that's how you can kind of get that feature part. All right.
And I say that's great because you can use it in a pendant. You could have it as a brooch. You could have it as a hairpiece.
Anything you want really. I just thought it just like the organic look of it. Okay, so that's how you would do that. So what we'll do is a little bit of the Viking knit. Now, I'm going to use the larger tool. And I'm going to use the 0.6, just because it's slightly thicker, so you'll see it. Okay. Sorry, hit you then, didn't I?
I've missed Laura and her arm's length. Whack.
Yeah, that used to. You've got out of practice.
We're going to bring the drawer plate on screen for you now, which Laura is going to demonstrate in a short while for you as well. Now this, once you've done your Viking knit, it just basically, not literally cuts it down, but what's the right word?
It changes it, basically. So, here's some I had earlier.
Slimmer.
It will sort of change the look. It draws it through, so it will lengthen it out, and it will bring it together more. So when it comes off of you see this is pieces. So this is one off the larger tool, and this is one off of the smaller tool. Yeah. So you can see the difference straight away in the actual look. So you'll see what I was talking about there, see? Yeah. Now that's exactly the same knit, with the exact same gauge of wire, but different tool. Yeah. So this one's more open, so this would be the 1/2 inch. Okay. So there we go, and this one would be the smaller. So, and this is how it comes off the tool, and just gets drawn through just a couple. Yeah. And you get that kind of look. Right. So if you want, I'll let you do this, because I'm giving you my sample. Oh.
Do you want me to do it?
You can have a go.
Okay, which one should I take it through first?
So have a look at it and see which one you think is closest to.
I'm going to try and do it so you can see on camera one as well. I'm going to go through this one first. I think it was going to go through that one quite
It's already been reduced slightly anyway. Yeah. So that one you can see is slightly too large, so you just work your way down now. And what you'll start to get is a little bit of resistance. So you need to do it probably a couple of times. There we go.
You can feel the resistance on that one as well. I'll take it through that one again. There we go. Should I go through the bottom one as well?
Go
the
for
one
it.
underneath, just keep going down.
So what you would do is you would go through a couple of times per time, just so you can get it, you know, it's got no resistance at all. And you can see now it's lengthening out. So if you turn it to the side, you'll see how much it's changing. You see?
Ah, yeah, you can see that. It just reduces it down, doesn't it? And kind of, but it also, it makes it, kind of, well, it keeps that consistency of neatness as well, doesn't it?
It settles it out. It's a very, very forgiving sort of technique, this one. Yeah. Because, and the biggest hiccup we come across is tension, really. Right, and it is just practicing your tension. And once you get your tension and you get a consistency of the size of your loops, then, you know, it goes through and it's very, like I said, it looks amazing once you've drawn it through.
And you've got your cloth in there as well, haven't you?
That's like a conditioning cloth. So you put that, you sort of roll your piece in that before you draw it through. Right.
I'm trying to do this and stay still at the same time. There we go, look at that.
So you can see how it's changed.
Yeah, looks fab, doesn't it? Looks really, really good. Well worth getting that tool into your stash. Phil. Phil was doing some research on the drawer plate as well, at the same time as he
dropped something. I was trying to discreetly get it.
I think he's doing some little shimmy there.
Yeah, no, right, I'm just going to get it, sorry.
Phil was doing some research as he was bringing the price in then, and again, can't be beaten. No. Lowest price he's found is £12.50. We are at £7.95 for you this afternoon. Just incredible. I beg your pardon, I've done it again. VWZE92 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. If you come in and you've got the, I'm just going to carry on. I'm like a graphic designer now. I could just carry on doing that all
This is the perks all the presenters get. We sit and do all of the Viking knitting, and you guys come along and just like, I'll just draw it through.
Just finish
it off. Fun part.
Yeah, there you go. Can't get that right through now.
You can use your pliers should that happen. What's happened is because you're not really, when you draw it through, you're supposed to actually do it a couple of times, and then that way you won't have any resistance.
Yeah, there you go.
But if you do get stuck, just use your pliers.
I'm just going to have a look actually, Phil. Phil's just saying, does it say what the conditioning cloth's made of? Because somebody's asking what the conditioning cloth is made of. I tell you what, it's made of something very, very lovely. Because again, I just want to use that as a pillow.
And it's not felt, because I can't touch felt.
Does it make you go fuzzy?
Yeah. It makes it go.
It's not felt. That feels like, I don't know. I'll have a look for you, because I don't know exactly what what it's made of. It doesn't say on Phil's graphicals. It's going to say somewhere, isn't it? 0800 644 655, or on the web at JewelleryMaker.com. If you've come in and got any of the Viking knit tools, I would highly recommend coming in for the drawer plate as well. It's going to give you that finish, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't really finish Viking knit without the tool. No. Basically. The only time I would do that is if I was going to be flattening it, or if I was going to be doing something like that. Yeah. If for any type of chain, you do need this. It's essential. Yeah.
There you go. And at £7.95, you can add it to your order. No extra cost on your P&P. Just quickly looking over this. Can't find it right now, but Phil's going to look into that for you, and we'll get back to you on the exact material of that. It's lovely. Okay, Laura, I'm going to let you carry on.
Okay, thank you. Is that mine? Yeah, that's mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just show you how we can get started with some Viking knit. Okay. I keep dropping everything. So basically, as we said, the daisy part is removable.
Okay.
The good thing about this is it means that you can take your knit off of the tool,
Yeah.
cut it off of the daisy, and then do another project if you want to.
Yeah.
So if you were just sort of doing a bit of a project and then someone said, can you do me this?
Yeah.
You can take it off the tool and then continue, as long as you don't draw it through.
Right.
As long as it is still the same size to go back onto the tool.
Okay, yeah.
Because as soon as you draw it through, it's going to reduce in size, you've got to get it back onto the tool.
Okay.
Okay? So it means that you're not stuck to, oh, I'm working on a design, I can't do anything. So the way I start, the best way I found to start is I just put my wire. Now you need to cut what you can handle really with lengths of wire. I tend to go for about 2 meters because I'm used to handling the longer lengths of wire.
Okay.
I'm not a massive fan of adding in, but you do need to add in at some point. Like I've added in twice in the silver necklace.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you do have to add in sometimes. If you're going to be making a piece like a necklace, you will have to add in.
Yeah.
So it depends on how many times you want to add in, really.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I will try and show you quickly how we can add in as well. So I've placed the wire down through one of the holes on the daisy. Now it doesn't matter which one, there's no preference. And then what I do is on the tool, you'll see there's 2 sets of holes. If I turn it to the side, you'll see there's one. If I turn it around, there's lower ones on that side. Okay? Now you want to put it through the highest one.
Okay.
So it comes out at an angle down. Now there are 2 sets of holes. I have this conversation all the time. I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never really used the second set. I'm sure there's a reason. I do keep meaning to contact Stephanie and find out what it is. But I personally have never used it. But there are 2 holes, but you just go for the highest set.
Right, okay.
And then so I'm going to push that so it's nice and close to the tool. And then fold it up nice and close, place the tool back on. So I've got it's nice and close to the tool, I've got nice grip on it. Then you've got little grooves in this daisy part. So what you want to do is, now I go anti-clockwise. If you're left-handed, then you just go clockwise, whichever way is comfortable for you, as long as you continue the way that you start. Okay? So I tend to swoop the wire, so it then goes into the groove. And it forms like a little loop.
Right.
Okay? And you'll get like a little cross. Now, I sometimes turn the daisy to angle that wire as well, so you can see. Okay? So then hold my thumb to hold that loop. I'm going to bring the wire, and then it depends how many you want. So if I'm going for a 4 loop, I'm going to skip along 2 and bring the wire up. It's you.
You talking to me or the wire?
You. Back up, and then again I'm holding that loop in place.
Okay.
And I'm just feeding it through. Now there's a groove as well, which you can see here.
Okay.
If you use that as a guide for your loops, okay, these are all going to be cut off. So don't worry if they're looking a bit sort of wonky or off wonk or anything like that. It's fine. And they're going to repeat. So I'm just going to curve that wire to go into that groove again. I've got that loop. Rotate the tool and put my thumb there, and then I'm just going to repeat again. So I've got 1, 2, bring it up again through the 3rd hole. Okay. And what this does is it gives you a consistency with the gaps in between your loops. And I've probably done it wrong somewhere. No, I haven't. I've done it right. It's always a bonus. So then just place that on there and back around again. Okay. Now the way to know is you can see there at the top. I can see that there are 4 flashes of gold. That means I've done my 4 loops. Right. Okay. Now I go back, I can see I'm back at that start loop. I do not need to bring the wire back up through there. Okay. I've got my 4 loops there, okay? So now what I'm going to do is actually start my first row. Okay. So these are going to be cut off. So if I show you now, so again, continuing the anti-clockwise. You know that there's that little cross just there where the wires are crossing. What I'm going to do is just feed my wire behind that loop, and I just want to get it to sit just behind that cross. Okay. And then I just use my finger, and I'm just going to control it into a loop. Now, I find 0.4 probably, it's a mix-up. Some people find 0.4 easier, some people find 0.6 easier to start with. They both have their bonuses. Okay. But I would certainly, 0.4, 0.6 are the best gauges. You can use 0.8 and 1 mil, as you can see. It's harder on your hands. It's a little bit harder to work with. But you know, 0.4 and 0.6 are the best, really. So again, now this is quite key. I've done my first loop. So I'm just going to turn, holding that little tail, turn the daisy slightly, and what you'll see is exposed that wire that's going in the hole.
Yeah.
Cut that now.
Right.
Make sure it is that wire that you cut, and then that little tail falls out.
Yeah.
Now the reason I say that is because once you start doing your knitting, it's going to start to catch, and it'll start to go over that tail, and it'll start to trap it.
Okay.
And if you don't cut that off now, if it's a 0.4, you can get away with it because it's so fine, it comes back up. But anything more than that, it gets stuck.
Right. Okay.
I found this out the hard way. I had to hack in it to get the wire off.
Well, that takes ages as well, doesn't it?
I did it with the 1 mil, so it really was properly stuck. So, as I said, try to get into that habit. I've done my first loop, so I've now gotten rid of that because it's secure. And then you're just going to continue with that pattern. So again, just going to go behind that loop, bring the wire down, and just pull it so it sits just behind that cross. Now you'll notice my tension's really quite relaxed with it. Yeah. Okay. Every time I do a loop, I hold the loop before it. Okay. Just to give it a little bit of stability, and then with my finger, I'm just going to control that loop and form that loop. I've moved my thumb onto the loop I've just formed, and then again, I just pull that wire so it stops. Yeah. Form it into my loop, and then continue. If you can get into a nice sort of relaxed pattern with this. One thing I'll say, and this is from doing the workshops, if you are learning, you'll probably find that your loops will go really tight, and then they'll go really large, and then then you'll suddenly find your natural tension. Okay, because what will happen, you don't want teeny tiny tight loops, because this can take you forever, and you really don't need it. You just need to find that natural tension, and you'll find it'll go a little bit up and down, and all of a sudden it'll click about halfway down. So just keep going, and you'll just find it. Okay, and I promise you, because I do the workshops, and we see it all the time, and all of a sudden it will suddenly click. So I'll just do a couple more rows.
Yeah. And while I do that, Laura, I've got some wire. Which one should I do first? Yeah, I'll do the gold one first. I've got 2 reels of wire here, and do you know what? They're both your 1.25 millimetre gauge. We hardly ever see your 1.25 millimetre gauge. Great for your structural pieces if you're making any torque necklaces, adjustable bangles, rings, anything like that. You really want that structure there. This is going to give it to you at 1.25 millimetres in size. Not being seen for over a month. You've got 10 metres in total there as well. 0800 644 655, and I would imagine, you know, wire of this gauge, this is just going to make your life so much easier, isn't it?
It's lovely combined with the Viking knit, because what you could do is you use it as a base. So you know where we drew it through the draw plate? What you do is you place your knit onto a 1.25, and then just secure it, and then you draw it through so it closes over the 1.25 wire, and then you're able to, you can create shapes with it, or you can mould it into a torque, you can put it into a bangle, you can do anything with it.
That's amazing, never thought of that. So you're literally just using it as the structure in your Viking knit. That's brilliant. At £6.95 for you this afternoon as well. HTJN81 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655, or on the web this afternoon, JewelleryMaker.com. Loads of you coming in for this gauge wire. I'm not surprised at all. You can incorporate it in with your other gauges as well. You can use your other colours with this wire as well. Deborah in Northamptonshire, Leslie in Greater London, Em in Carmarthenshire, collect it in Worcestershire, collect it in Newport, Yvonne in the West Midlands, Deirdre in Belfast, you're there. Telephone bidders, just press your number 1 button. Get through to the call centre as soon as you can. So that's an add it to your order price tag. Or again, if you're tuning in for the very first time today and you're wondering where to start, pretty much any medium that you decide to use within your Jewellery Making, or whatever road you decide to go down, you're going to need wire. You really will. And I think your 1.25, you know, you could make yourself a polymer clay pendant, and you could put it on your torque necklace, couldn't you? You could make, you know, a resin pendant and put it on your torque necklace. Just every medium.
You can make bails, really simple bails. In the second in the sort of second inspiration, I'm going to do some kind of links, and I'll show you how you can change one of those into a bail, and using the 1.25 it would be ideal.
Perfect then. So, do you know what? It's a no-brainer at £6.95 as well for 10 metres you've got in total there. If you want to multi-buy, as collected in Louisiana has done, well done to you. You've got to collect it in London, collect it in Berkshire, Poonam, well done to you, collect it in Newport, Deirdre in Belfast, congratulations. Carol in Staffordshire, Rosemary in Devon, you've just got 2 as well, congratulations. I think I would be multi-buying this gauge because we don't see it very often at all.
No, and it used to be around about £11.95 I think when it first came out, because I remember when it got launched. But you can use it for bookmarks as well. You can make your own bookmarks out of it, hammer onto it, you can stamp it. You can do tons with it. It's one of my favourite because This particular brand is like the soft core,
right.
so it's actually quite malleable, even though it's a 1.25.
Yeah, it is actually. As you're
demonstrating.
Yeah, quite malleable. So if it's one of your favourite gauges, Laura, look what colour I've got.
I know, I did see that. I did spy that.
Copper, 1.25 for you. Copper is Laura's favourite colour. I have to say, I'm warming to this more and more and more because I'm normally a silver girl.
Yeah.
But I'm finding lately that pretty much everything, every gemstone I have, if I want to put it with copper, it works. It just works.
You never seem to turn a piece down that I've made in copper.
Huh?
You never seem to turn a piece. Well, you know.
I do like copper. And of course, it's copper that gives rose gold its hue. It's the presence of copper in rose gold that gives it that pink hue as well. So you have got that rose gold look, if you like, with your copper. But it is just such a fabulous, fabulous colour to be using. Again, 1.25, so you can use it for all of the things that we've just mentioned: torque necklaces, adjustable bangles, rings. In your Viking knit as the actual structure in there. In fact, I think I saw a piece that Karen had made this morning. It was a snake, wasn't it?
It's like a wrap around and then it goes around to the...
So that's something like that would be perfect in something that structural, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because you would make the knit and then you would feed that onto it. And the thing is also, if you use like a 1.2, if you use like a 0.4 or sometimes even a 0.6, what you can do is almost hand draw it through.
Right.
So if I was to take this off now, I could pull that wire and it will reduce.
Right.
Sorry, right out of the way there.
Yeah.
So you can see how if you just use your hands, it will reduce the size of it.
Yeah.
So what you can do is take the gauge of wire and almost use your hands and just draw it directly onto the wire as well. If you didn't want to be too fine and to keep some of the sort of shape. Yeah. And then you should probably just use that to wrap it around. I don't know because I've seen it, but I don't know the materials.
Yeah, I didn't look at it in detail.
But it would certainly hold around your wrist then.
Yeah, it's ideal for things like that, isn't it? Again, £6.95 added to your order price tag. Well done if you've managed to get that. Okay, Laura Lou, I think we've got about 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. Well, I've already done one piece, as I said, and that was just using that lengthwise. You can see how quick it works. Obviously, I've just squashed it.
So you just literally pull that off of the just lazy part of the day.
Yeah, as long as you're holding it here. But I can still continue to add to this because I haven't reduced this section here, so I can still get it onto the tool. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just show you quickly how to add in. So what I can do to remove the knit from the daisy, which is what I was talking about, is I tend to just push the tool down so that the loops rise up a little bit. Yeah. You can see them there. And then I just take my cutters and just cut. I found this the best way because otherwise I keep nicking the tool with my pliers and sort of gouging it a bit. So give it a shake, and what you should have is one little piece of wire. If you've got more than one piece, you need to give it another little shake. Yeah. Because you only have one, and that's the piece you've added on with. Right. Okay. So I could now take that off and do another piece. Yeah. And if I want to come back to that, I can come back and pop it back on. Yeah. The other thing is the cone on the end is also good for widening it out a little bit. So if you're struggling when you add in to get the wire around, you can just use the cone and that will open it out. Yeah. Be careful you don't get it too far over because I've got it trapped on there as well before. So I've done all of this for you guys. Worked out all the things not to do.
Worked out all the mistakes.
I'm going to take another little bit and just show you quickly how you can add in. Okay. So you would take the piece off and then again going back to the initial holes that you put your wire through, place your last loop over that hole. So I'll just explain quickly. You've got your loops, you've got your rungs, which is what I was referring to earlier. Just think of like a rung of a ladder. Yeah. And then obviously you've got, these are columns. So there's 4 columns. Yeah. All right. And then obviously the loops. And they don't really come into play unless you're doing things like double knit, triple knit. Yeah. You might want to count, so you might want to see how many rows you've done until you maybe add a different colour in or something like that. So I'm going to feed my new wire straight through. So it's actually gone straight through the hole, through that loop, okay? And then if I turn it around, make sure it doesn't catch on the back of that. Okay. And then I'm just going to continue round. And so whatever number of loops you're doing, you do one less. So this is a 4 loop, so I'm going to do 3 loops. And then I'll find that my next loop will be the one that's the finished one. I can tell that because it's got the tail there. Okay? Yeah. Take the tool off and both of your ends will come together. Okay. And that's your new end and your old end. And so what I'm going to do is just twist them very loosely and then cut them at about 1 centimetre. Right. Okay? Yeah. Pop it. Now this is where you might need to widen it out just to obviously be able to lift. It gives it a bit of a lift from the tool. And then what I'm going to do now is just continue exactly as normal. So I'm just going to go around
It's quite quick, isn't it, once you get going?
Yes, especially with a 0.6.
Yeah.
And so now I'm back here, which is where my twist is. So what I want to do is I want to bring my wire behind like I normally would.
Yeah.
But I want it to go right behind and to catch the twist.
Right.
So if you can see, so it's actually gone right behind and it's caught. It's gone behind that twist as well.
Yeah.
So pop it back onto the tool and then just, so it's stitching that twist to the tool, and then you would go back around again. And you don't need to do that a couple of times. And I sometimes find this little sort of groove here, if you can get your knit onto it, obviously I've reduced mine, then that acts as a sort of a groove.
Right.
So you're able to get your wire underneath. Okay?
Yeah.
And then the other little tip I would say is if you were, so again I would take that off. The other little tip I would say is if you do need to add in more than once, try to make sure all of your add-ins are on the same column.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then that way, if you're intending to sort of do anything like, say, flatten it, all of the add-ins will be in that same column, so you can make sure that it's at the back, or that it's, you know, somewhere that's not going to be against the skin. And it just makes it a little bit nicer rather than having potential ends here, here and here. And then you would just continue round. And that is basically all you need to do for a single loop. And then again, as I was saying about the hand drawing, you can just do that.
Wow.
Now you can't always do that. You can't do that with the thicker gauges. You can't do that with the 1 mil or 0.8. But with the 6 mil and the 0.4, the other thing you can do is just gently flatten it. So I'm just doing that with my hands, but you can then go in with your nylon pliers and flatten it again.
And that's what you've done in the circles, isn't it?
Now you can use this as a ring base.
Oh.
Makes a lovely ring base.
Yeah.
And then just stitch a gemstone on. So you can go around like that. So to make the circles, I just brought them together. Now you can see that little end there. I'm just going to roll that to sort of almost catch these two together. Roll that. And then bring the ends together and then just use this piece of wire to stitch it all together.
Okay.
And then you would just, so you can see it like that.
Yeah.
And then you would just stitch that with the tail.
Yeah.
And that makes you a nice little connector. And with mine, with those ones, I had quite a longer length of tail. So if I stitch that properly, so you can see that there, I would stitch it to make sure it's nice and secure. Yeah. And then pop the stone directly onto that tail.
Yeah.
And then do your next piece and kind of stitch it in like that. But you can see how it's
that's lovely.
a really cool connector as well.
Pretty. It's gorgeous. There are approximately 10 of the larger lazy daisies left as well. So if you've got anything in your basket right now, you're going to need to check out telephone bidders. Do continue to come through. So if things disappear out of your baskets, don't be surprised. Do start texting in, by the way. Which gemstone chain do you want to see next? Amethyst, lapis, or labradorite? Which one do you want to see next? Don't go anywhere, and I'll be back with you in a few minutes' time.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Aquamarine is a member of the beryl family. So this family is named after its chemical composition, beryllium aluminium silicate. Aquamarine itself is a lovely light blue to deep green colour, and as such is named after the sea, aquamarine. Sailors in sort of myths and legends or in history used to offer aquamarine as a token to the sea to ensure safe passage as they travelled. Aquamarine can be found in many locations, but it's often discovered in Brazil, Madagascar and also Zambia. Aquamarine can be identified not only by its RI and colour, but also due to the fact this stone has inclusions within it which are called rain. Now these are tubular structures that contain sometimes liquid filled, but they are very, very unique to aquamarine itself.
Good afternoon, welcome back to Jewellery Maker. If you have just tuned in, go and have a look on the website, www.jewellerymaker.com, and see if there's anything left, because we've just had the Lazy Daisy tool, both of them, and the drawer plate as well, which we've not seen for some time here at Jewellery Maker, so go and add that to your order. Now, we are bringing you 4 brand new gemstone chains today. Before the break, we did ask you to text in and let us know which one you wanted to see. We've got amethyst, labradorite, and lapis left. You have requested the labradorite. The public have spoken. Have a look at this. Labradorite gemstone chain. This is beautiful. 4 metre long length. Now these are brand new. You've never ever seen these before. They're so pretty. There's so much work gone into bringing you these as well, which is what I love. The fact that we've done most of the work for you, if we're honest. You know, when you think about the time that it would take you to do this yourself at home, you know, all of the featherweight head pins that you'd need to do this as well, the time it would take you to attach all of your gemstones there and do your wrap loops onto every single gemstone that you've got there throughout the gemstone strand. You have 1 metre of your silver plated brass cluster chain within this design, featuring 12 carats of your labradorite there. Do you know, I'm looking down this, the blues and the silvers that I can see coming from this labradorite are stunning. You've got so much labrador essence there, even on gemstones of this size as well. Now, earlier on we were saying that what you could do, because you could do many, many different things with the gemstone chains, you could cut them up if you want to. With a metre long length, you could get 2 16-inch lengths for necklaces, and you'd have a 7-inch length left over for a bracelet or anklet if you wanted to. You could take the entire length, just attach your jump ring and your bolt ring clasp, lobster claw fastening, whichever fastening you wish to do so, and you could have that as one big length. You could layer that look up. You could get around 5 bracelets or anklets out of that chain if you wanted to. You could take literally, and I think that's approximately 1 inch length in between each of your gemstone clusters there, and have those as earrings if you wanted to as well. So literally just add, you know, your jump ring, your shepherd's hook, and have a beautiful pair of earrings with some delicate labradorite. Also, what I did think of is, you know, going down the birthstone route or really personalising them as well. You could add in gemstones. If you've got any of your featherweight head pins at home, any of your smaller gemstones, so your gems of distinction or your microfaceted strands that we bring you here at Jewellery Maker, and add those on, you know, incorporate those into your design. So that might be the birthstone of yourself and your husband, or you know, your children's birthstones on there as well. And you can embellish things with this as well. You can embellish your clothes, you can embellish handbags if you want to. So many things that you can do with these. Now this one is silver plated. I have done the gold one already, so if you were after the gold, the graphicals are coming in at the bottom of your screen. That was the garnet, the gold one. And I've got one more silver, and I do have the amethyst with the rose gold as well. taken it down to just £9.95. So let's just say that you made 5, I'm just trying to untangle it here, 5 anklets. Because Laura did say she thinks she'd go down the anklet route with this, didn't you?
Like the foot sandals,
It's
and
perfect,
you know, it's
isn't it?
perfect for that. But also, I was thinking it would be lovely as the headdress.
Oh,
you know,
of
sort of
course.
all this festival stuff going on, and lovely weddings, and just having it really delicate looking, sort of going across your head and across.
Definitely. Across your head and across.
And across.
So I'm just going to count out. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. 5. You still have a little bit left over for earrings. So 1 bracelet or anklet. What kind of price tag do you think you'd pop on that at home? I don't know. That's me having a conversation with myself there. I'd go for £10 for one of those, wouldn't you? With that, with the amount of labradorite that you've got in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say £7 to £10 depending on where you're selling. If you can do that 5 times over throughout the strand and still have some left for earrings as well, quid's in. Aren't you? But actually, do you know what? That's a really affordable piece of jewellery to treat yourself to, isn't it? You know, £9.95. You've got 12 carats of genuine labradorite on that strand there. There's so many of you multi-buying. It might be again that you want to incorporate the gemstone chains in with each other, so you could use the amethyst, the lapis, or the garnet in with the labradorite if you wanted to. Mix those colours up. So you've got the gold, the rose gold coming up. Sorry, the gold we've done, the rose gold's coming up for you. i.e. PP28 is your code for this one. As Laura said, you know, with festival season upon us at the moment, incorporating this into some kind of headdresses as well would look really, really beautiful, wouldn't it? Think about the work. So imagine how long it's taken. In fact, I'm going to count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Approximately 68 gemstones, 78 gemstones. 78 gemstones. That's 78 wrapped loops that you've got on there. All finished to perfection. How long would that take you at home, do you think, to do all of those? It'd take a while, wouldn't it? So the time that's gone into this, the faceting of the gemstones as well, at £9.95. It doesn't justify the time, never mind the gemstone and the silver that you've got here as well. Patricia in Greater London, you've got 2. Weldon Maureen in Lancashire, Christina in Cornwall, Collector Rabina's got 2. Shirley in North Yorkshire, you've just checked out. Cindy, Nicola, Weldon, Bernadette. Patricia in the West Midlands, Tina, you just need to check out your baskets as soon as you can. You will have this home in just a couple of days' time. Then you've got 30 days to think about it. 30 days doesn't start from today, it starts from the day that you get this delivered to your door. Couple of days' time. If you change your mind for whatever reason, you can send it back. In fact, we don't even ask you why you've sent it back as well. No quibble. That's what you like, isn't it? It's just easy. i.e. PP28 is your code for this one. Lots of you there with these still in baskets. Do remember, it's not yours until you have completed that checkout process there. So do make sure you're staying where you are and checking out. Fabulous. Excellent. Right. Let's have a look at these nuggets. This is a big bundle. Fundle. Have a look at this. Do you know what? I love nuggets for this time of year. I really do. I think for me, simply restranding a strand of nuggets just over, I'm not going to say it, you know, any dress. It would look really, really nice. Really something very organic about a nugget-shaped gemstone as well. Here at Jewellery Maker, pretty much every gemstone that we bring you in nugget form. And I think that the nugget strands are a great way to try out a gemstone. Perhaps you've not got carnelian in your stash already, and perhaps you want to come in and get these nugget strands. See how that colour is going to work with other gemstones, you know, see how it's going to work into your designs as well. It's going to be so popular, isn't it? You've really got the kind of peaches and the oranges that you get from moonstone in with the carnelian here. Work great with fire opal as well. Really reminded me of fire opal because of that strong colour. Now you will get 3 strands. That is a massive, massive carat weight. You've got 600, 720 carats at £5.95. That's not even a penny a carat. That is ridiculously low. You can kumihimo with your chips and nuggets. You can macrame with them if you want to. You could do your memory wire bracelets with your chips and nuggets. You could do your tree of life designs as well, which Laura, you do a lot of, don't you? These would be fab, wouldn't they?
Definitely, and they're very natural looking as
Yeah.
well. So, you know, for that sort of autumn tree of life, it would look beautiful.
Those colours, yeah, definitely. I love that. I love to see the different tree of lives through the seasons. They look fab, and that's the great thing is we've got so many varieties of gemstones here at Jewellery Maker. You can do that as well. At £5.95, that's not an add it to your order price tag, is it? That's an open up your order price tag. If you've been watching all day today, you need to open up your order if you've not done it yet. You've just got yourself 720 carats of carnelian there for £5.95 this afternoon. Elaine in Cardiff, Elaine in Cardiff, just read that one. Alice in Essex, Anne in Greater Manchester, Collect, well done, Collect in Nottinghamshire. Kay in Yorkshire's got 2 of these as well, so that's actually, Kay, 1,440, I think, carats. That's like a 4-figure carat weight of genuine gemstones that you've got for less than £12. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Andrea in Pembrokeshire. Andrea in Pembrokeshire, whereabouts in Pembrokeshire are you? I need a weather report. Just need a weather report, that'd be great. It's probably sunny because I'm not there. If I'm there, it's raining. Yeah. If ever I tell you that I'm coming to Pembrokeshire, that's when you need to plan something inside. That's when what?
Grab a brolly.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. £5.95, hold those telephone lines, SPGC. Missed the last bit there. 57. There you go. Right. Ah, look at this for a bundle. Do you know, I've got to say, and we were laughing when I came on earlier on because Eleanor said, yes, Hannah's got the wear black email as well. I just do wear a lot of black. I think it's quite a safe colour. And so is grey as well. A lot of my wardrobe is grey and black. I've either got grey black or something really, really bright and colourful. There's no kind of in between with me. But grey is one of those colours that I'm seeing everywhere at the moment, but not just in your clothing and accessories, in your decor, absolutely everywhere at the moment. It seems to be a colour that is so on trend right now. These are stunning. They've got such a depth to them, such an incredible, incredible depth to them. These would be great in gents pieces as well, wouldn't they? Who named this bundle? Philip, show yourself. Honestly, there he is, look. 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my gosh, that's going down in history, that one is. LBGC65. You will get all 3 strands here. So you've got your 10mm, your 8mm and your 6mm. So that size variety is brilliant. You know, you could take your 10mm gemstones, you could go for simple stretchy bracelets. Well, you could do simple stretchy bracelets in all of them, to be honest. So you could perhaps go for your simple stretchy bracelets in that size. You could perhaps, with your 8mm gemstones, go for earrings, and then your 6mm, maybe restrand that and have that as a necklace. What I love to see, same gemstone, different sizes, all stacked and racked together like that. Doesn't that look really pretty? I'd love those. Just simple stretchy bracelets. That looks gorgeous. LBGC65, £8.95. You've got 160 carats in your 8mm. Sorry, Phil, can I have that screen back, if that's all right? That's absolutely fine. 160 carats in your 8mm rounds, 260 carats in your 10mm rounds, and 90 carats in your 6mm rounds. That is 510 carats in total. I quite like this as a nighttime look, Laura.
No, I was thinking that because, you know, you're saying about the new sort of the grey being and in colour.
Yeah.
It is in eyes as well, in makeup.
Yeah.
You know, you've got people dyeing their hair silver. You've got people using the smoky grey as opposed to the black to get another evening look, but not so sort of maybe impacting as such, more smoky kind of look. So it is very versatile colour, and I actually love it. I think it's a beautiful colour.
It's gorgeous. It's really glamorous, isn't it? And it's got such, like you say, I guess smoky depth to it. It's got that certain elegance, that certain glamour about it. I wonder if I should just stop dyeing my hair and just say, actually, I've dyed my hair with silver bits in it.
It's highlighted.
Yeah, I've got silver highlights. Yeah, my hair is dyed, Phil, but it's pretty close to my natural colour. Except for I've just got natural silver bits in it as well now. So I have to dye it quite a lot. £8.95 for that. Do you know, I so wish I could pull off that purple rinse and the lilac and the silver. I love that.
I can't colour my hair.
Can you not?
Well, not really. I'd have to sort of, no.
Oh,
and any colour I put in my hair just fades. If went through a phase of, you know, blonde, sort of chunks in it and sort of really red chunks. Yeah. It's faded within a week.
Oh, dear. Is that somebody just texted that in, have they? Oh, right. Do you want me to tell her? It's a great compliment. Phil just said you'll have to tell me that was a long sentence. Bristolian Phoenix of Jewellery Maker.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
You can take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Right, these, you don't have to do anything with them. I love them just as they are. The popcorn chains, we had the bracelets the other day, didn't we, actually? They're really, really pretty. Again, just simply transforming an outfit. That's what I love about jewellery. You know, whatever piece of jewellery that you wear, it can just completely change your outfit, can't it? Give you a completely different look. Take a daytime look to a nighttime look in an instant. You've got silver plated brass popcorn chains here, 45 centimetres in length with your 2.5-inch extender chain on there as well. And you will get 3 pieces in total. So again, you know, if you've got some cabochons in your stash, you could perhaps do some really fancy wire work on one of those cabochons, you know, make yourself a really fancy veil as well and just pop that over the popcorn chain there as well if you wanted to. You can weave into these with your smaller gauges of wire, say your 0.25, your 0.4 you could get through there quite easily as well. And you could weave through that if you wanted to. You can incorporate some gemstones into that design. I can't remember who it was, and I remember saying this the other day as well, but we had some of these in a kit once upon a time, and the guest designer cut the chain. I wasn't sure what was going to happen when that chain was cut, but actually when you do cut the links on this, inside you've got a flat finish. So even when you cut it, it's finished. It looks finished, which is really, really great, I think, as well. So if you wanted to cut that maybe and add something in the centre, you could. You've got your huge lobster claw fastening. And your extender chain on the end there as well. Gift ideas. If you've got any gift boxes at home, you know, just put one of these in a gift box. I would be so happy with something like this. It's just the kind of look that I go for. I'm going for less is more, you know, or big bold statement. Look, this for me is just less is more. You've got that incredible luster from your silver plating there. Something really easy, something very, very wearable. Very beautiful as well. QRPO86 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. £14.95. I'm just thinking as well, could you join all of these together maybe and have a really long chain? Just have one really long chain. Maybe take the extender chain off that one. So that's 2 just joined together. I don't think you'd want to go for 3, would you? So you can see it even from there. That's going to give you a fantastic look, isn't it? Maybe attach something to the extender chain on the bottom there as well. There's lots you could do with those. That works out to less than £5 each. That's phenomenal, phenomenal value. Again, you know, if you don't want to do anything at all to them, just sell them on as they are. Maybe, I don't know, £10 a piece. I'd pay that for one of these, definitely. QRPO86 0800 644 655. We've got such incredible sparkle from these as well. It's really glitzy glamour without having to do anything, isn't it?
Yeah, and like you said, for me, as you know, I make statement pendants.
Yeah.
Quite, it's something that I tend to be drawn to.
Yeah.
And so that's ideal. I mean, now I can do Viking knit. Obviously, you can do a Viking knit chain, but that's time consuming.
Yeah.
And you have to reflect that into your costs. So if you were to do a Viking knit chain with a pendant, you're increasing the cost instantly by quite a substantial amount.
Yeah.
But to have something like that ready made, it's going to look really cool. And you can say, I've got this really lovely chain. It's going to look beautiful with this pendant. And they've got an interchangeable pendant, interchangeable chain then that they can wear on their own. Yeah. Put a pendant on, whatever they want.
Yeah, it's such a great idea, isn't it? It's such a great base if you want for your jewellery making as well. Hold those lines. Look, so you're checking out multi-buyers as well. Well done. Fabulous. Phil says I can choose. I want to do these. Oh, look. Now, I'm thinking the necklace that Laura did earlier on. You could do this with as well, couldn't you? Same shape.
You could, and what you could do is do a smaller one and place it inside the larger ones.
Oh.
So you could have it like 3D effect.
Like kind of layered up.
Yeah.
Oh, that would look so pretty, wouldn't it? Aren't they gorgeous? Look, that's like, I always think of pure silk when I see lustre like this. They are beautiful. You've got that fabulous, fabulous pearlescence from your shell there. They're stunning. They're so luxurious. I think whenever you've got this much pearlescence, you know, from pearls or shells, it just makes them look really high-end. It makes them look really, really expensive. Beautiful, absolutely perfect strand for making flowers. I mean, bridesmaid tiaras or bridesmaid headpieces, just simply making flowers, taking maybe 5 of these and using those as petals, wire wrapping them together, that would look phenomenal. That is the perfect strand. You have 16mm in size, and if you look at the size of those as well, they're really quite substantial, aren't they? Really quite substantial there. Chunky pieces of shell you've got. I'm going to count how many you've got on the strand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 44 approximately you've got there at £7.95 for you today. Just incredible, incredible price tag. 0800 644 655 or on the web at jewellerymaker.com, JIGP46. You know, you could just take one of these. In fact, I'm going to put one on the finger. It's a perfect size, isn't it? To wire wrap into a ring as well. Yeah. Bridal piece of jewellery, again, bridesmaids. I always think bridal when I see shells of this colour or pearls. That would look gorgeous, wouldn't it? Earrings as well.
They make the beautiful earrings, but you could put little drops of something just inside them because they're slightly concave, aren't they? Yeah. They've got like a slight sort of curve to them, which again goes lovely for that organic design. So it does lend itself for that sort of flower design because of that curve. But like you say, earrings, and then just drop a couple of, even that chain, ready-made chain, a little tiny section of that just sitting inside where it sort of curves. And then that's just a really sweet look, like you're saying, for sort of maybe if you're on holiday or something like that.
Yes, Laura.
I said it.
I don't think I've actually said it yet.
So you see something like that, and it just
pretty,
gives a bit of a delicate look to it. And then what you could do is have that as a chain, and then just attach the drop sort of just slightly further up the chain, and then have it placed so it hangs just inside the stone.
That would look so pretty.
It's pretty, doesn't it?
Really gorgeous. That really works well together as well. If you haven't got the labradorite gemstone chain, you can add that to your order as well. It's still available on the website there. £7.95. Well done, Sandra, Bernadette. You've got yours. Daniel and Janet, Mandy, Collector, Angelique, Yvonne, new membership, Valerie. Well done. How long have we been waiting for these? Ages. I had them not so long ago, but we had so many messages afterwards asking when they were coming back. Just simply resealable bags. 100 of them as well. As jewellery makers, as crafters, they've never been on. Did I have them in a bundle maybe then? But also they've never ever been seen by themselves before. Simple plastic resealable bags. They are saying, hang on a minute, these are a lower price than sandwich bags in the supermarket. I wouldn't fit my sandwiches in these, I tell you. I have doorstep sandwiches, me. Do you know, we're going to take them down to just £1.95 for 100. Just popping your little bits and pieces in there for storage maybe, or obviously if you're selling your pieces there, that works out to 2p per bag for you, and they're the resealable ones as well. So if you've got any of your sterling silver in there, pop your anti-tarnish, a little bit of paper in there, seal that up. It's going to stop that moisture from getting in. Brilliant. DQ ZX. I've done it again, haven't I? No, I've done it right. DQ ZX. 61 is your code for these. You can write on these as well if you've got any permanent marks. You can write on them if you need to. You can use your stickers on them as well. You can label them up if you need to. 100 of them. Do you know what? This is the kind of thing that I would just come in for a multi-buy and make sure I find a use for it, because it's £1.95. Doesn't happen very often, does it? I bet you've got loads of bags in your stash, haven't you, Laura?
I have,
bags, plastic bags.
I do, especially, you know, because when you cut a strand of gemstones up, you know, for me, I put it back into the bag because then that way I don't lose them. And so I'll find little bags of gemstones, and like you say, you can write on them. So straight away you can put, you know, shell pearls or your tiger's eye or whatever they are, and then it's easy to store as well. They're also good, you know, if you're going on a little journey, if you're going to go somewhere and you just want to take a few things. Again, grab a couple of little bags, put it in your craft bag, and it's easy to take away with you.
Sweets. Sweets for the journey, yes. We've got a fishbowl full of sweets in our kitchen here. It's lethal, I tell you, isn't it? That's what we could do, is just like being allowed a bag this size every day instead of that big fishbowl. It would be great. Collect it in Merseyside, Deborah in Lanarkshire, well done Lynette in Essex, Helen, well done Jackie in Kent's got 3. That's 300 bags that you've just got for under £6. Isn't that phenomenal value, I tell you? Lots of you buying 2s and 3s of these as well. Lauren in Tyne-Weir, Suzanne in Oxfordshire, congratulations. Collect it in Conway, well done. Margaret, Irina, Gertrude, you've got yours, well done. Collect it in Merseyside. Taryn, well done. Debbie, Sarah, you're their collector in Lanarkshire, congratulations to you. 0800 644 655. Keep coming through. You can add them to your order today. It's no extra cost on your postage and packaging. Do remember, P&P is just £2.95. That's standard. So with standard delivery, I think it's 4 to 5 days approximately. With your upgraded delivery to premium, it's still only £4.95. 2 to 3 days, I believe, on premium delivery as well. I'd always go premium, me. I'm so impatient. Are you impatient, Laura?
What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. But also, I like to know that I'm going to get it nice and safe. I know that you can with it, but I don't 100% trust our post. They tend to lose my stuff. So if I go for the premium, I get it quicker. Yeah. And I know I'm going to get it.
Yeah. It's worth it, isn't it? For that extra couple of pounds there. Danielle, Jessica in Hampshire, you're on the web. Congratulations to you this afternoon. Valerie, Deborah, Sarah, well done to you. Collect it in Warwickshire. Again, I'm going to have to go back to holidays. I'm sorry. But I'm just thinking, you know, like your hand luggage and stuff where does need to be that clear bag as well for certain things as well. Just taking things that doesn't take up a huge amount of room. Especially when you're taking hand luggage only as well, you can just pop stuff in there. Even, you know, my own bits of jewellery you could just pop in there and pop them away neatly in your bag, so you know that things aren't going to get mixed up, things aren't going to get lost as well. And with 925 sterling silver, it's the perfect way to store it as well, isn't it? Collect it in Lanarkshire, well done. Lizina is Swansea, you've just got 500 bags. My gosh, that's a big stash you've got. Woo. Right, I'm going to pop them very carefully in here, because that could be disastrous. Right. Tiger's Eye. Wow. 4 strands. Oh, do you know, this is, you've got to come in and get this bundle today. Tiger's Eye, it's a collector's gemstone. Again, going back to the fact that we bring you so many strands here, nugget strands, that means you are able to get this kind of carat weight of gemstone. Tiger's Eye all over the catwalk in February at London Fashion Week. Very much on trend, but also so collectible because of that phenomena that you get with this gemstone that's referred to as chatoyancy. Basically, it's like the opening and closing of an eye, hence the name Tiger's Eye, and that is caused by silk-like inclusions within the gemstone. That is completely natural. It's phenomenal. Imagine how many things in your stash this is going to work with. I think for me, in particular, Tiger's Eye, you've got that organic look because you've got that real earthy tone there. So I think, you know, putting it with any kind of jaspers or mookites or anything like that, you know, adding in those earthy tones looks fabulous as well. I think gents pieces as well. You know, Tiger's Eye is a great one for your gents pieces. If you've got any of those, the natural kind of hemp cords that we have and the wax cords with all those natural colours in, I think, you know, doing a macrame piece with these nuggets would look amazing. 4 strands, double strands as well. You know, it's not just a single strand. Essentially, you've got 2 strands there that is actually one because it's a double strand. 280 carats in each, which gives you a grand total of 1,120. 1,120 carats. They're 5x4 to 12x6 millimetres in size. Again, macrame, kumihimo, your tree of life designs, especially for your autumnal. In fact, they go fantastic with the carnelian. Wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It would be kind of nice little highlights, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Look
Beautiful.
at that autumnal tree of life. £6.95. Sorry, did I make you all jump there? £6.95 for 4 strands. That's like under £2 each. Under £2 each. That is just phenomenal, phenomenal value. Would you do a tree of life, Laura, if I gave you these as a challenge?
Yeah, I think I'd do a tree of life.
Yeah.
What again I love doing is sort of folding them in half and then using that as a lovely chain again to put for a pendant, a substantial pendant. You can kind of fold them in half, but you can fold them in half and then in half again and twist them. And if you've got that section like that and twisted, and then again just put some kind of wire, do a weave and just wrap it around and just have that as a focal part, maybe with some Viking in it to balance it out.
Yeah, that would look beautiful. In fact, that would look gorgeous with some gold wire around it, wouldn't it? I think gold and tiger's eye looks fabulous together. Jackie and Ken collect in Cardiff and in Greater Manchester. Colette Denise in Greater London. Elaine and Linda Belfast is back in Kane in Yorkshire. Gertrude's got 2. Congratulations to you. That's phenomenal, phenomenal value you've got there as well. That, like, if they are like single strands, we count them as single strands, not double strands. That's 8 strands in total. It's not even £1 each. Phenomenal. Sarah in Suffolk says, you've been giving me nightmares. Last night I dreamt I was a guest designer and it was my first show. Everything went wrong, including me being late and the demo being something I had no idea how to do. I woke up in a cold sweat and when I realised I was naked, to say naked, just checking, and kept flashing my chest to the country. Woo! Maybe the kind of leather and feather show that we had the other day kind of put some subconsciousness thing into your mind. I don't know. I have nightmares all the time, but about work,
Yeah.
I once, not too long ago as well, dreamt that I said something I shouldn't have said. And but in my head there was a delay, so I was shouting to the producer to pull the plug. If you pull the plug now, they won't hear what I said. They won't hear what I said. Pull the plug because of the delay.
I've had it where I've dreamt that I've turned up and I haven't done any of the kits, and I'm trying to sort of do them, and I'm sat here and you're going, so we're going to come over in a minute for a demo, and I'm like, no, I haven't done anything.
Imagine that.
And it's really real as well. You get really real. It's normally when you've got loads going on and you sort of, it all just runs through your mind, doesn't it? So,
yeah. Oh yeah. It's quite funny, isn't it, what you dream? I love some dreams. Some dreams, obviously. I woke my husband up once. I just sat bolt upright in bed and shouted number 24. It's like, what on earth are you on about? It was like, you at the bingo? I was like, I don't know. Number 24! I think I was just reminding him about my birthday, to be honest. Wire ribbon for you. Oh, love this. Now, I had some, I think it was the gold wire ribbon, champagne wire ribbon. Champagne. Champagne wire ribbon that I had the other day. It's really, really beautiful. Can I borrow one of your cabochons, please, Laura? Oh gosh, you see the look that I got then. She's got like 15. I only want one. I only want to borrow it.
I don't want it back.
Thanks, love. The wire ribbon, I love this. Just for encasing cabochons, it's really easy to do and it gives you such a fantastic... Where did you get these from?
These, I'm working on a kit.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Look at this. You just simply encase your cabochon with your wire ribbon there, and it just looks fabulous as well. It's just going to look at that. It just holds it in place. It looks gorgeous, and again, gives you the look of actually doing a lot more than what you actually have. Like that look, and you could do that with any of your cabochons that you've got at home as well. Really, really easy. Now the champagne colour that we had the other day, gone 150 really, really quickly. £14.95. 24 inches of your paprika colour you've got there. 20 millimetres. Bargain town, and back again. Wow. And then back again. £6.95. That launched at £14.95 here, and we're down to £6.95. I mean, that finish, I think that is purely all I would use this for, because it just gives you such a fabulous
It's gorgeous,
finish.
doesn't it? It saves you so much work. But I was also thinking, in that first kit that we had those cinnamon leopard squares, and they had flashes of that kind of red in it, didn't it? So that would be a lovely sort of alternative to maybe stitch them onto, because of the size of them, you could stitch them along that and make a bracelet or a collar.
Wow, that would look gorgeous.
That would look cool, wouldn't it?
That would look really fab. But again, just this by itself, you know, using a couple of your ribbon ends as your clasp on there, just that by itself looks really, really pretty. I hate to say it again. But Christmas, I mean, I'm just saying, it's that colour, isn't it? It does remind me of Christmas. I mean, you can embellish, you know, you could use this napkin ring holders, couldn't you? You can make some, is that what they're called? That sounded very long-winded. Napkin ring holders.
Napkin holders.
Napkin
rings. You don't need the ring.
Napkin rings.
Napkin holders.
Napkin holders. I thought it sounded a bit longer than usual. Yeah, you could use it for that, couldn't you, as well? You could weave your gemstones again in between there. If you've got some maybe microfaceted spinel, you could add that in and then have that as a cuff across the wrist. A choker style necklace would look really, really pretty as well. Lots of different crafts you could use this for.
Yeah, you can make roses out of them. You can twist it. So I've made a bracelet before where you just kind of twist it as you go along, and then again with another wire, I've made a bracelet. I've stitched a cabochon against it. So the cabochon sits against the mesh as a base, and then you just net it around it, and then I've twisted. So you almost fold it over, and it stays in place. And then, but I did run the wire just to stitch it into place. Just simply using your wire to stitch it, but in a decorative way as well, would look really, really pretty, wouldn't it? KDZX 08 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. Loads of you multi-buying for that one as well. It's really pretty. I've got the blue or denim. They'd work really well together, actually. The red and the blue. So again, same length, same size, just a different colour. But you know, this is what I'm thinking for your cabochons. This is perfect. You know, for those different coloured cabochons you've got at home as well, they would look great with lapis. Really, really great. In fact, there isn't anything. I mean, look at that, the blue and the gold from your tiger's eye together as well. Looks stunning, doesn't it? Really, really works well. See, if I saw this on somebody's craft store, I would think that they'd done this themselves, that they made it, you know, using wire and done a nice fancy piece. What kind of price do you think you'd pop on something like that, Laura? Just literally the cabochon. Let's say we use the 1.25 gold wire and a taupe necklace. I mean, you'd probably be able to say about £12 as a start, really. And again, the good thing about having like the cabochons is you could again make it personal. So you could say, choose your stone, choose your coloured wire, and then you can let them almost create their own piece. So you can have a couple set up as an example, and then you could say that, you know, choose your stone, choose your colour. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I just looked at it and I was just, do you know what? I mean, it's been quite lavish, isn't it? But just as a simple bow, on a tree, or, you know, on a gift or anything like that as well. It's just really quick and easy to do, isn't it? Or just decorating your craft stall and stuff like that.
But you could do, because at the moment there's, it was Kayla's birthday on Sunday, not one just gone before on the 5th. And so for her birthday party, we had to do little sweet trees. You know, they're really cool. We used to make little polystyrene balls just stuck in the sweets. But then you put like a ribbon on them. So what you could do is create your own craft tree as like a little gift for somebody. So you could wrap that into a bow and pop it onto like the wood. And then you could stab some sort of findings and attach it, or make a really cool little gift thing. It sounds better in my head.
Stab.
What you do, you stab the ball. There's better ways of explaining it. But you know, you could attach your sort of findings, or they put a cellophane in and make almost like a flower bouquet, but with lots of gifts in it. So you could then use that as the bow, and it would be something that somebody I could give to as a gift, and they could take all these pieces apart and use them as a...
That's a great idea, isn't it? Again, at just £6.95 for your CP ZX. Missed the last bit there. Right. 43 was the number on the end there. Look at this. See, right. Laura, what do you think when you look at these?
I think that's... fun. It does make me, it reminds me of that 90s kit that we had.
Yes, doesn't it just? I tell you, look at those colours. They are fab. I love this. Again, going back to animal print, it just never dies. It keeps coming back round and round and round and round and round. But this for me is like festival. It really is so much fun. We were saying the other day, festivals these days, it's not just about the wellies anymore. It's about the wellies, it's about the face paint, it's about the cat suit, it's about the headpiece, it's about all the accessories as well. You know, it just goes on and on and on. If you are a crafter and you can get into any festivals this season, my goodness me, I think there's a fortune to be made there. Phil's asking me how much I would pay for this necklace. Okay, multicoloured double shell, 20mm. Do you know what, Phil? I'd be happy to pay. I'd be more than happy to pay £15 to £20 for that. I'm going to get 5p change, am I? From 15 or 20? From £3. That's the price of your postage and packaging right there. £3. I mean, I could sell, or anybody could sell, not just me personally, but you could take one of those, couldn't you? A ring, put that into a ring, and each one could be £3.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
they're really good, like you say. They're all different as well. So
Yeah.
it's something that, again, it's one of those, pick the one you like.
Yeah.
Bespoke. And again, when you see them all together like that, yeah, it's fun. It makes you think of colourful festivals.
Yeah.
But you take them on their own and you frame it in some wire work and you put it onto a nice torque necklace.
Yeah.
And it's transformed into something a little bit more different, a little bit more sort of, you know, evening out or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. So there's 20 gemstones. 20 gemstones on there. If I sold those at £3 a piece, that's £60 in this strand for me. That's £3 for a genuine gemstone ring. I'm in. I am in. No fakes, no synthetics. The real deal. Be brilliant, wouldn't it? Wish bracelets as well. These would be great for wish bracelets, making children's jewellery.
Yeah.
As Laura was just saying at her daughter's birthday, you know, putting them in party bags when the kids go home, stuff like that.
Yeah, you could do some. I've done craft parties before for my friends, but like you say, making something personal for the kids, making a little pendant, popping it on a chain, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That price tag, oh, we've got 3s, we've got people checking out 4s, we've got people checking out 5s. Do you know what, people checking out 5s, £15, phenomenal, just phenomenal. I do have a strand of Jasper nuggets. Oh, I love these. Do you know what, I put these with the tiger's eye. Earthy tones, look at those together. Just gorgeous. Jasper, again, is one of those for me. Do you know what, I've got to say, I think it's probably joint second, Jasper, with 20 other gemstones. 'Cause I can't choose. Just can't choose. But for me, it's one of those, because of those earthy tones there, I think, you know, any age, for the gents, the ladies, the children, absolutely anybody can wear this gemstone and it looks fantastic. It looks great with your mookites, your other jaspers, your other earthy tone gemstones like your tiger's eye there as well. I guess, I think of beaches again. It must be that sandy type colour that you've got with your jasper there. 200 carats, are you asking me or are you telling me, Phil? Right, he's just doing it anyway. Phil said, should we devalue another gemstone, should we? If you're asking me, no. Wow. Can't even get a book of stamps for that price, can you? Oh no. £1, I don't know, I tell you. I'm fed up with buying them now. Every time I go to my parents' house, they say, you've got a stamp. You got a stamp? I'm like, oh, I did have, but you've had the other 5, so now I'm going to give you my last one. Every time. £1.95, 200 carats, a 2x1 to 9x2mm inside. Go and simply restrand them. Restrand them in the summer, and that's the great thing about Jasper as well. Any time of year, you know, you can carry those through the seasons as well, and they look fabulous. That price tag, do you know sometimes if we take a strand under a £5 and we might say, what can you get for a £5 these days? You know, £1.95. I tell you what, that doesn't hardly buy you a loaf of bread these days, does it? That's a ridiculous, that's a giveaway price tag. It really is.
My children's school meal is more expensive than that.
Yes, they are, Laura. We've seen them as well. Don't get me started. Get Jamie Oliver in, that's what I say. WVGK90 is your code for this one. I'd be getting 5. Do you know what? For me, £10 in my head for 5 strands of genuine gemstones. Job done. Imagine these again, gents macrame bracelets. I think that would look beautiful. Kind of that surfer dude look, wouldn't it? With some nice threading materials there as well. Looks stunning. 200 carats, tell you. I don't even want to work that out per. That is literally less than a penny per carat again. Jork. Popcorn bracelet for you. The gold one, this. Oh, I've got 2. I've got 3. The popcorn bracelet, same design as the one I had earlier on, different colour for you this time. I'm just going to hold one of those by itself so you can see exactly what that's going to look like. Nothing else. Don't need to do anything to them if you don't want to. Entirely up to you. 7 inches in your length there. 2.5-inch extender chain on there as well. Really, really pretty. How high end? That looks so designer for me. Really, really designer. Yesterday I was looking on an Italian designer website. And looking at designs just like this, you know, if one of these had been on that website, I wouldn't have thought twice that it, you know, I wouldn't have thought twice about it being. In fact, Phil, funny you should say that, Phil just said how many thousands of pounds. A lot of the pieces had no price tags. And I think we all know what that means. You know, if it's POA, price on application or price on request, you're like, yeah, probably won't even ask, to be honest. But it wouldn't look out of place, you know, on one of those websites or in a glossy magazine, because you've got that high-end finish here, gold plated as well. You know, there's actual gold gone into this design for you. DCPO 95, just like the necklaces. If you want to take your smaller gauges of YC 0.25 or your 0.4, you could get through there quite easily as well. Weave some of your gemstones through there as well. You know, you can embellish the bracelet if you want to. £8.95, not even £3 a piece there. If you're stuck as to what to buy somebody for their birthday, what day is it today? Monday. Wow, that's right. I suddenly remember my sister's birthday then. It's Wednesday. I'm all right. Yeah, if you've got any birthdays coming up and you're not really very well planned like me, you know, and you don't know someone's ring size, not sure if they've got their ears pierced, maybe have one of these for yourself. Give one to your mum, give one to your sister, give one to your best friend, you know, just share the love. £8.95. That's a good treat yourself price tag, isn't it? In fact, that's treat yourself and 2 of your friends there. 0800 644 655. Sheila in Cornwall, Uli in Surrey, Lynn in Hampshire, you've just joined me, congratulations. Again, you know, if you came in earlier on for the silver popcorn necklaces and thought, do you know what, I really like that, but I'd prefer the gold version, why not join all 3 of these together? Because that's going to give you a really nice size in your necklace, isn't it? And actually a really designer look. Look at that. You could take the extender chains off there. Use them in something else if you wanted to. I really like that. And that's a necklace there for under £9. You could take, in fact, if you wanted to leave the extender chain on there, you could add some gemstones onto there as well, couldn't you? I had some gorgeous labradorite drops in the 12 o'clock hour earlier, and you could just dangle some gemstones down there. Oh yes, all the way down that extender chain, using your featherweight head pins. I almost want to do that now. I might do it on the break. £8.95. Lynn in Hampshire's got 3. That's 9 bracelets that you've just got there for a phenomenal price tag. Would you do anything different with these, Laura? What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking of the charms that we sometimes get with the larger bails.
Yeah.
They would be quite nice just put on there if you wanted to make a feature. But I certainly wouldn't change them. I would keep them as they are. Lovely bracelets. Lovely gift ideas, like you say, and then maybe add 1 or 2 little drops to make it a little bit more personal. It's got an extender, hasn't it? Yeah. So on the extender, I might, like you say, if it's someone's birthday, pop a pearl gemstone on there, or maybe if you want to make it family related, just pop one of everybody. That means to me, just the smaller stones, and just have that as a sort of feature.
You could, couldn't you, quite easily at that price tag? Steal of a deal you've got there. Right, we have jump rings. Wowzers. Oh my gosh. Do you know, I've only got 37 chances available. They're going to be gone in an absolute flash. They are bare copper as well. I wish, well, yeah, not only are they bare copper, they're also £1.95 for 100 pieces. Wow, that is incredible. Your 3mm jump rings you've got there. That is phenomenal value. And don't forget they're bare copper as well, so you can patina these. You can use your liver of sulphur with them if you want to. If you've got your bare copper sheets at home, your bare copper wire, and you've been waiting for some bare copper jump rings, my goodness me. Out of £1.95, again, less than your P&P. Isn't that 2 things we've had at £1.95 this hour? Goodness me. I'd be multi-buying as many as I could at that price tag. And in fact, some of you are, but unfortunately, there's only, how many do we have left, Phil? Oh dear. Oh dear, they're going very, very quickly. HNAZ 62 is your code for this one. Jackie in Shropshire's got 3. That's 300 jump rings, Jackie in Shropshire, you've just got for less than £6. Unbelievable. Tell you, if our guest designer Fleur was watching right now, she'd be there. She's not there, she can't be watching. She will cry. She will actually cry. £1.95 for bare copper jump rings. I bet you'd get these as well, Laura, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Because I do love working with the bare copper wire, with the copper sheet as well. So it's really good to combine it because you're keeping your metals the same.
Yeah, definitely. They are beautiful, aren't they? Typically, you're only going to be using 2 of those per design, end of a bracelet, end of a necklace, or, you know, 2 maybe in earrings. That's a lot of pieces of jewellery, 50 pieces of jewellery you could be making there with all of these. Rabina's got 2, Mrs B, you've got 2, congratulations. Lee in Cardiff's got 3, Sally in Yorkshire's got 3, Hadriana in London's got 2. Do you know, pretty much every person that's checked out so far has got 2 or 3 of these at £1. £1.95, less than your P&P. Phenomenal, well done. Christina in Cornwall, Hilma collecting in Worcestershire, Dawn in South Yorkshire, Kimmy in Hampshire, you're there as well. Congratulations to you. If you haven't dialed yet, please do so. You have got time. Don't think that the quantity is too low for you to try. If you don't try, you will never, ever know. Text message. Customer says, Dear JM, your prices are insane. What is going on? Phil, would you like to answer that question? Phil says the prices are probably insane because he doesn't actually know what he's doing. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, good answer. I think he's probably right. Right. Wow, £1.95. Oh, look at these. Oh, I love these. I love the colours that you've got in here. Real maroony hue, claret hue you've got in there. Isn't that beautiful? You've got your printed shells here, floral again. That's never going to do, is it? The floral print is beautiful, incredibly feminine. These are gorgeous, and you know, every time these have been on, we've sold 3-figure quantity of this strand. They're gorgeous. I'm trying to think what they remind me. They remind me of something. I don't know if it's the colours or the print on this particular strand, but it's reminding me of something. I can't quite put my finger on it.
It makes me think it's a little bit oriental, like with the little sort of the flower shapes on them. They're really, really pretty though, aren't they? Like the blossom, is it the cherry blossom?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of Japanese cherry blossom. They're beautiful, aren't they? They're 20 metres, sorry, not 20 metres. Imagine that for a gemstone. Can you imagine?
I'd definitely be getting for
like
that.
a boat. A boat of shell. 20 millimetres. 20 millimetres in size there. Individual rings, individual pendants and earrings, again, festival season. All these shells that we've had today are just absolutely perfect. Can you imagine some garnet with these, or garnet?
Garnet.
That would look girlish, that, wouldn't it? £2.95. It's no wonder a 3-figure quantity have flown out of the door for these crazy deals. I tell you, I think he must be asleep. That's what I think. Don't they look pretty? 0800 644 655. WIPO80 is your code for this. I think you've got approximately 20 on the strand. I'm just going to count them again quickly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Very Cath Kitson. Yes, they are indeed. Oh gosh, can you imagine this as wallpaper? Imagine, it would look fabulous, wouldn't it? You wonder if you know, like, so you can go to certain DIY stores, can't you? And you can take an object or something and say, can you match this colour, please? Imagine if you could take that and say, can you do me this wallpaper, please? That would be great. That's fabulous, wouldn't it? £2.95 for you. 20 rings, maybe 10 pairs of earrings you've got there. 20 pendants. Lee in Cardiff, you've got 2. Judith in Hertfordshire, you've got 2. Jacqueline and Michael, you've got 2. Well done. Rosemary in Devon, you've got 3. Gillian in Devon, you've got 2. Well done. Jackie in Shropshire, you've got 2. Please feel free to take as many as your budget will allow you to today. WIPO80. Susan in County Durham. Nick, well done. Diane in Dorset. Rebecca in Lanarkshire. Janet, congratulations. Pamela in Dumfries and Galloway, you've just got 2. Massive congratulations to you. After the break, well, I've still got 2 gemstone chains left. So, I have silver chain with your lapis, or I have rose gold chain with your amethyst. Which one would you like to see? 60777. Start message with your word JM Studio, and we'll come back with that gemstone chain. I'll just see you in just a few.
There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget, you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker. When you place your first order with Jewellery Maker, we'll send you a free DVD and booklet to help you get started. The booklet is jam-packed full of information on gemstones, tools, threading, materials and findings. There are step-by-step instructions on how to make bracelets, earrings and necklaces, and the DVD includes easy-to-follow video tutorials. So what are you waiting for? Start your jewellery making journey today.
Spinel is a historically important gemstone. It is often located in the same gravel beds as things like corundum, so your rubies and sapphires. Because it comes in the same colours, blues and reds, it's often mistaken as a sapphire. Now, this isn't to the detriment of Spinel itself. It has its own important qualities such as great RI, so it's very, very reflective, and great dispersion as well. So it shows a lot of fire as the light hits the stone. From a historical point of view, one of the main important spinels actually sits in the crown jewels, and this was for a long time believed to be a ruby, but recent gemological testing has found the Princess Ruby is actually a spinel.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
I've just had a sneaky peek for the first time of the next kit. Oh my gosh, I won that one. It's not fair. Gemstone chain of choice, as decided by you, the viewers, is the amethyst one. Amethyst chain. This is gorgeous. I don't know how I've managed to tangle this up in that short space of time I've had it. I don't know. Well, there you go. Amethyst. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at this. Do you know, I've got to say as well, this particular amethyst, and as soon as you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's got a real vibrancy about it. Amethyst isn't genuinely, isn't normally, sorry. Generally was the word I was looking for. A gemstone that you see with vibrancy of colour. So, you know, generally you get your really deeper tones or you get your lighter tones. But this has got an incredible saturation about it as well, I have to say. It's really, really vivid colour. That is Zambian amethyst as well, you know. Cream of the crop, in our opinion, here at Jewellery Maker. You have got 10 carats of Zambian amethyst right there in this gemstone chain. a full metre of your brass chain that is rose gold plated for you as well. Your faceted rondelles there, 3 by 2 millimetres in size. As with all the other chains that we've had so far today, could do so many things with this. Earrings, necklaces, bracelets, anklets, hand adornments, headpieces with these as well if you wanted to, especially with festival season. I think I'm going to have to multi-buy this one because I know so many people would love, love, love this particular piece. The gemstones really complement each other as well, don't they? The gemstone and the gemstone chain, I should say. The rose gold is a lot of your go-to choice, I think, with amethyst in particular. Pink and purple gemstones, the rose and gold, or copper if you like, looks absolutely stunning. That is so feminine, so girly. Again, if you're working with your birthstone pieces, doing your birthstone pieces, amethyst is the birthstone for February, of course. You could add in some gemstones there, some of your microfaceted gemstones or your gems of distinction on some featherweight head pins, and maybe personalise that design in incorporating your children's birthstones, maybe your husband's birthstone in there as well. Entirely up to you what you want to do this. You've got a full metre long length of your chain there with all of that amethyst as well. 0800 644 655 MIPP 96 at just £9.95 for you today. Incredible value. You're the first people to get this gemstone chain into your stash as well. So you're going to be the first people to own this and could potentially be the last. Have we got 100 of these as well, Phil? Only 100. It's not enough. I think this is probably going to be the most popular of all of the gemstone chains, actually. Sally in Yorkshire's got 4 metres of this. I wonder what you're going to do with it, Sally. Maybe keep one for yourself, maybe sell some on. Bracelets, anklets, perfect. Rabina in Lanarkshire, you've got 2. Jan E in Merseyside, you're there on the telephone lines. Jacqueline in Cumbria. Dawn in South Yorkshire, you're there as well. Congratulations to you. 0800 644 655. Webbers, make sure you're checking out as soon as you possibly can. MIPP 96. So, from today, the 3 o'clock hour here at Jewellery Maker is your masterclass. I like it. This is great, this is. So, you know how, I don't know, oh gosh, 6 months ago, maybe longer than that now, we kind of used to have different shows. We have 3 shows a day here at Jewellery Maker, and the mid-show would kind of be, it was called Designer Inspiration, where we'd have some demos from our guest designers. Luckily for you, we have them every show now. But we've decided to dedicate the 3 o'clock hour to lots of new people that are tuning in and really make the most of our guest designer. Use them if you like. And so we're going to give you a longer demo in this hour and hopefully be able to bring you more tools and that kind of thing in this hour as well. The kit, I want it. Really, do you know it's going to sell out? How many of this kit do we have, Phil? 94. They're going to be gone in an absolute flash, I tell you. Have you seen these before, Laura?
No, I've glimpsed them, something similar on air, but I've not actually seen them. They're very new, and I certainly haven't worked with them before.
Do you know what? I'm just going to start with them because, you know, I mean, I'm going to have to. I mean, look at these. Now, I had something very, very similar just a couple of days ago, actually. And I had it by itself, didn't I, the shell that we had, Phil? And it sold out so quickly. I mean, look how beautiful these are. They are absolutely stunning. You have a 50mm peach carved shell. Do you know, again, I've just got to go back to the carving within these gemstones, because shell is such a brittle gemstone to work with, as I'm sure you can imagine. I mean, you could give me 6 weeks to carve one of these and I would probably fail every single time as well. I mean, that is a very, very difficult gemstone to be working with by any stretch. Just the work that has gone into bringing you 2 of these alone at the price tag that we should be at, I think, would be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you could do so much with these as well. You know, all the work's been done for you here. You could simply pop a jump ring at the top there, pop that straight onto some chain, job done. It would look phenomenal. You can weave your gemstones in and out of these as well if you want to. The iridescence, which I've got to say, it's not coming across on screen as I'm seeing it up here as well, but the greens and the pinks that you have coming through there look just phenomenal. That's dreamy. So you are going to get two of these. Oh, this kit. Aquamarine rounds. Now, the last time I saw aquamarine rounds, do you know what? Off the top of my head, I can't actually remember ever seeing aquamarine rounds. I know I probably have, but so few times that I can't remember. Aquamarine rounds, and check out the colour of those aquamarine as well. You know, this is one gemstone where we're absolutely looking for that colour, and my goodness me, do you have it there? You have 70 carats of your milky aquamarine 5mm rounds. Again, that's a very unusual size, isn't it, 5
Yeah,
mil?
you don't often get the 5,
No,
do you?
see
You
the
tend
4
to
and
get the
6.
evens, don't you, not the odds.
But not the 5. Imagine macrame with these, or kumihimo would look fabulous.
Well,
It would look gorgeous.
As I was saying, going inside the Viking knit chain.
Oh, yeah, of course.
An ideal size.
Oh, wow. That would look phenomenal. Our Phil's going with silver. I'd have to agree as well. We should put these with copper.
Put my copper.
Of course you would.
I'd put
They'd
my
look
copper
gorgeous,
and
don't they?
silver.
Yeah, they'd look great with anything.
It would look lovely with
you know,
either.
and most gemstones you can say that for as well, with the gold, with the copper, with the silver. They would look phenomenal. So you've got a big carat weight, 70 carats of your milky aquamarine there. Do you know, the value in this strand alone, completely natural aquamarine of this colour. I mean, aquamarine, a lot of the time is treated, if you have a look at aquamarine on the high street, they may not always be able to tell you, because for some reason a lot of high street jewellers don't have that knowledge, but a lot of it is treated, heat treated. This is completely natural. This is the colour that Mother Nature intended aquamarine to be. My goodness me, don't you just want to high five her? It's phenomenal, isn't it? That's not all you're getting though. You are getting loads of wire, 120 metres of wire you've got here. You've got 100 metres of your 0.4mm gauge. You've got 10 metres of your 1mm, and you've got 10 metres of your 0.8. So that's your 1mm, your 0.8 and your 0.4, 100 metres of your 0.4 there as well. 10 metres of your 0.8, 10 metres of your 1mm gauge. That price tag is phenomenal. If you came in today, bought all of these components individually on the web, that's the price tag that you'd be paying. And when you think about the work that's gone into bringing you these shells, the carat weight of aquamarine that you've got there as well, and all of this wire, that price, I'm confident that we can't be beaten at that price tag. However, because you're tuning in and you're watching live, essentially what you're getting at the top of your screen is a discount code. So what we do is we bundle all of these things together and we basically take loads of money off you. So not £51.20. We're going all, oh, Philip! Better than half price. Sorry, did I really shout then? Sorry. I was shouting at Phil. Better than half price. How many people do that? You know when you go and see clearances and sales and stuff like that, there's only one department store that I can think of that jumps to mind that says better than half price. They're the one that people queue at like 3 o'clock in the morning to get in. It's a good sell that. That's incredible. I'd be queuing up to get this as well. £21.20. Just have a look at Laura's designs. I've got people multi-buying this. I am not surprised at all. Check out. Oh, Laura Lou. We've got oohs and ahs in the gallery. Oh, look. Right, I'm not moving that shell. I'm not moving that shell, and you can see that iridescence from there. Look at the flashes of pinks and greens coming through. Oh, Laura, that looks so expensive.
It's lovely, isn't it? They're just lovely shell pearls. I mean, and just being stood here, the colours on the second one, It's just beautiful. The shells are beautiful.
They are phenomenal. What kind of price tag do you think you'd pop on that, Laura, if you had to sell it?
If I had to sell it, I'd probably have to look at about £30 at least for a start, because it's surprisingly time consuming. I know it doesn't probably look like that, but it is, because...
Well, I was just going to say, I think you're massively undercutting yourself there, to be honest, because you can see that there's a lot of work gone into that as well.
Yeah, but I mean, if I had loads of, obviously got tons of 0.4 wire left, so because I did the Viking knit in the first kit, I didn't do it in the second, but I have more than enough wire to do a Viking knit chain with that, and then give it a sort of a different look again. That again would increase the price.
My gosh, those pieces are stunning. They're gallery pieces. They really, really are. They're just phenomenal. Do you know, this kit is going to sell out in an absolute flash. So many of you have checked out already. And I've got a mass of people multi-buying on this kit as well, so therefore the quantity is falling even quicker for what you are getting. I mean, I would be, if Phil gave me this strand today and said, right, Hannah, this strand of aquamarine, it's natural. We never see rounds, hardly ever. We never see 5mm rounds. Hannah, this strand's going down to £29.95. I would not bat an eyelid at £29.95 for this strand alone. Nadia in Midlothian says, hello beautiful ladies, love the show, such stunning pieces, Laura. Those would be absolutely amazing as a macrame base. Love them.
Is that our Nadia?
Yes, it is Midlothian. It is. It's our Nadia. They are phenomenal.
You know, you'd be able to do amazing things with the macrame with them.
Gosh,
that I wouldn't even be able to consider.
Yeah.
that terrifies me.
They really would. I cannot believe the value in this kit is just ridiculous. To get a natural strand of aquamarine. Again, I want to go back to what I was saying earlier on in that, you know, I've met people, I've had people messaging me, I've spoken to ladies in the workshop that have said, you know, at first, because of the prices and the count weights, we thought we'd be compromising on quality. Look at that, it's the proof in the pudding right there. Tanya in the West Midlands says, wow, Laura, your makes are stunning. Only just being able to tune in.
Thank you.
I know, they're just gorgeous. And another one, customer says, Laura, you are the best. That's Lynn in Sussex. She's pretty good, isn't she? She's pretty good. If you have this kit in your basket right now, you have got to check out. You've got to get this home. £21.20 for what you have here is just phenomenal. It really, really is. I mean, Laura, you know, all of the wire. I wouldn't think twice about that being £25 for all of that wire.
But look what I've got left. I mean, apart from the sort of the 1 mil, because I've used that quite a lot for making a chain, and I've made everything out of that. So the chains have been made out of it, everything. So I've still got all of that left. And as I said, I've got scope there to do Viking knitting if I wanted to. And I've got so much wire I could do a Viking knit chain to match it.
Wow. Can I just say as well, just to let you know, earlier on I was told to me, I don't know if I'm supposed to repeat this, but I'm going to anyway, because this is the proof in the pudding again. Earlier on, because of this new masterclass hour that we're doing at 3 o'clock, I was told that because it is the masterclass, we will be getting the best kit of the day in this hour. Oh, yeah, we really are. Sarah in Suffolk says, oh my goodness, I don't really like those calf shells, but you just changed my mind. Laura, you rock, girl.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, I mean, how can you not love those? I mean, you don't even have to move them, and the iridescence is just incredible. And that's the thing, I think, with these particular carved shells, it's all about, you know, you can leave them as they are, or you can embellish them as well. But I love what you've done. I love what you've done with yours, because there isn't really much you have to do, is there?
Well, that's it. I mean, it was nice. It was a challenge for me, because it's kind of a ready-made component that you've still got to let it shine, but sort of not overpower it. So it was really quite fun to do something different.
Oh my God.
But I did enjoy working with this as well. I thought it was really nice. It was something different for me as well to work with. So I can understand what Sarah's saying. You get set into what you're used to, sort of buying in your own sort of style.
In your own little comfort zone.
Yeah, you do. And so sometimes you get given something like that, and it's really nice because it makes you think in a different way.
Yeah. There you go. You see, come in and get this kit today. £21.20. There is still quantity available. I don't know how, but there is. Those graphics will remain on the screen while we have quantity available throughout the demonstration. You can carry on coming in and you can get this home. My goodness me, it's gorgeous. I'm going to get one. Maybe I could sneak off and just get one now. No. Right, I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you carry on.
Wow, thank you. Can I seem to have misplaced my shell. I know.
Do you know what?
No, I've got everything but the shells.
I'm on to you. I am on to you. Which one are you going to show us, Laura?
Well, we were going to go for the one closest to you. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, there's similarities between the two of them anyway. But this one, I just wanted to really, again, just use the aquamarine, let them sort of frame it and really bring out the soft gold colours as well in the shell.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this, what I'm going to do is use, obviously we've got the shell, we've got the aquamarine, and I'm going to be using the 1mm and the 0.4 wire. Okay. I didn't use the 0.8 just because it wasn't needed for this particular project. I did use it for the second project though. So when you get something like this, it's nice to just sort of play about with how you're going to get your ideas. So, you know, the first thing you do is sort of have a look at your materials, and that's how I was thinking. I was thinking, oh, that looks nice.
Is that what you did? Did you kind of get any inspiration from anywhere else, or did you just kind of get it home, get it out and think?
No, I actually just sat down, this was the first one I made, and I just sat down and made this one. And then, I often go onto the internet, I'll always say this, I'll often go in and, because we get given themes, so we'll get told it's, you know, a certain type of, what is it called, Amazonian pendant. So I will sort of type it in and get an idea of images as to what people portray that as. So that's what helped me sort of think of the sort of the circles for the second one. But this was one just sat playing and sort of thinking, right, how can I do this? How can I work it out? So I really liked the way that worked. I was a bit scared of it being a bit too big, but then I thought if it's just a focal, it's all it needs, you know? So what I'm going to do first of all is take my 1mm wire, and I'm going to create a frame around the shell before I even consider going by the with the aquamarine. I'm going to do a frame first. So I need enough wire that's going to be able to go around the whole of the shell, and then just a bit of excess to do the bail. Okay, so we've done a nice woven bail, because for me, if you've got a statement size pendant like that, you need something to balance it. Okay, if you want to measure it, you know, you can do the whole, let's wrap it round and have excess either side. Or you can do what I do and just default to about 1/4 of a metre. Or 1/3 of a metre, I'm not sure. up to my elbow. That's my default. Well, it seems to work. It might be a bit short now, no my luck. And then obviously you can just form the shape, or you can use something as a mandrel. Okay, and I'm just going to get that shape. Go careful with these as well. You don't want to, because they are slightly, some of them are slightly shaped a little bit, so you don't want to go too. So there we go. I've got a rough idea of how it's going to sit.
Okay.
Okay, so these excess wires here will become my bail, and this is going to sit around the outside of my stone. So what I'm going to do is take a length of my 0.4, and I'm probably going to take about 1 metre.
Again, across the body. I love that. I think if anybody said to me outside of Jewellery Maker, oh, it's about 1 metre, I think I would actually stand there.
But that's how they measure, isn't it, as well, in like in the shops.
That's how they measure in the shops.
I can't say. Is it haberdashery?
Haberdashery.
There you go. That's why I didn't. That's why I just went with in the shops,
because it was just kind of making it up as you go along. Yeah, they do that in the shops.
I do know. I just can't say it. Right. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking my 0.4 wire and I'm just wrapping where those wires cross. Okay, just to sort of bind them together. And then what I'm going to do is just take the tail and wrap it around the single wire here, just because that cuts nice and neat then, okay? And then take your flush cutters or your cutters and just trim that, and take your time to sort of make sure every time you cut your wire, make sure you just go in and give it a little crimp to make sure there's no sharp edges, okay? You need to have it of doing that every time you do anything. It's going to make it easier.
Okay.
Now, don't worry if this is too large or too small, because you can still adjust it. Okay, so we've still got movement. So what we can do is start attaching it to the shell and adjust it as we go along.
Right,
all right? But you do want to try and keep the two ends equal, because obviously they're going to become the bail. So what I'm going to do is just wrap around the frame part here just a couple of times. About 3 times. And I'm going to take my stone. It's not a stone. Well, it is. I'm going to call it a stone. And the carving's got like little triangles. Just around the outer edge here. Okay, if you can see them there. I'll go for the coloured bit, so it's a bit more obvious there. These bits here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take my wire. I'm just going to wrap this is what I was saying about it being a bit time consuming, because you've got to kind of, it's not something.
Yeah. And also with the shell, you've got to be, you know,
have got to handle it carefully as
it's
well.
quite brittle, isn't it?
It can be. I mean, only because it's sometimes shaped. You just have to be careful how you handle it, that's all. This is giving it extra strength and security anyway by giving it this frame. So I'm going to wrap it 3 times, just because it looks nice. Now, you don't have to have this amount of wire. You can go slightly short if you want, but I quite like to keep my pieces as continuous as possible. So I can see now how I can still adjust this frame by working with it and just gently sort of tweaking the sides. Okay. But I do want to sit around the outside. I don't want it to become too large or too sort of small, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the wire straight across the back, and so it's gone across. Use my finger to hold it in place, and then just go over to the next sort of triangle. Okay. It's a bit of a cheaty way of doing it. I could coil all the way around, but I just wanted to do it in a sort of a different way, so that you get the sort of bare wire showing through as well. Okay. Now in the other piece, I hand coiled all of it and then sort of wove little gaps in between. So it's very similar in the technique as to what I did, but I just slightly adapted it. So that's that one. And again, just scoot them together and then put it quite tight, because what you don't want is it to be if I show you like that, you can see the wire under in the sort of gap. I know it's not too clear now. There you go. So you can see it going straight across there. So what you want to do is try and keep it as neat as possible. So when you do that, you pull it as tight as you can so that it's not visible, basically, okay? But then we're going to put the stones over it anyway, so those stones will kind of cover it a little bit as well. And again, sort of just continue that pattern. So again, hold it in shape so that it doesn't go across. You want to look as sort of clean and neat as possible. Okay, so you keep going around. So shall I stitch around a little tiny bit, keep going with this pattern?
Yes, I love that. She's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Not convenient.
Not convenient.
No,
wow.
Thoughtful. Thoughtful.
I don't know how you got thoughtful from not convenient.
No, there's another word that I'm looking for. That it's not convenient. It's not thoughtful. I can't think of the word. Have a look at these. Ooh. 2 lots of 0.6 and 1 reel of 0.4 millimetre gauge. 10 metres of your 0.4, 20 metres of your 0.6. You know, for weaving, if you're doing a lot of weaving as well, your 0.4 especially, you're going to need a lot of that. Your 0.6 is great for making findings with as well, isn't it? So you've got 30 metres in total. 2 fantastic gauges and a really, really popular colour there. Oh, wow. I tell you, add that to the kit. Add that to your order with the kit. That's phenomenal value. £4.95 for 30 metres for all of that wire as well. And I'm guessing, Laura, as a wire worker, you know, the amount of 0.4 especially, you know, is because it's a weaving wire that you'd get through. You turned it into a yo-yo.
It just tried to run away from me, but I caught it.
I would imagine that they're not going to let us work together again. I would imagine that you would get through so much from 0.4.
0.4 is one of the most, you know, when you get it in 100 metres and you think, oh, wow, that's loads. It's something that you fly through, so it is something that is always handy to have. It's tiara twisting, it's Viking knitting, it's stitching stuff in, everything really.
Wow, and you've got another 10 metres to add there as well to your wire stash. 0800 644 655 or on the web today at jewellerymaker.com. Hilma, Diane, Helen in Nottinghamshire, Jan in Worcestershire, Sheila, Caroline in Greater Manchester. I wonder if that's our Jan. Could be, couldn't it? You never know. PGDC 80. And as I said earlier on, you know, it doesn't matter what medium you're working in, you're pretty much going to need wire. Always. You know, your 0.6, great for making findings with as well. You know, your jump rings and stuff like that. Your shepherd's findings.
Your gizmo.
Again, brilliant, isn't it? It's well worth having these gauges in your stash there. £4.95. I agree with one of our viewers that sent in a message earlier. Don't know what Phil's doing today. It's gone a bit bonkers. Crazy the prices, I tell you. Bonkers. Caroline in West Yorkshire, well done, Tracy. Suzanne, well done to you. Janice in Northamptonshire, you've just joined me on the web there as well. Many congratulations to you. Mix up your colours as well. If you're a follower of any big designers, on Instagram, you know, Twitter, any of your social networking sites, lots of them mixing up their precious, sorry, not the precious metal, they're different coloured wires. So, you know, it might be that you want to put some copper with the gold there, you could put some silver in with the gold. If you've got kind of the fuchsia pink, you know, your chartreuse coloured wire, you can mix all of those together as well if you want to. Get them home, have a play. If you're brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker, as I say, you will need wire, whatever medium you decide to go down. And at £4.95, you know, you can afford to have a little play with your 1mm gauge. You know, practice making a ring. If it doesn't go to plan, it doesn't really matter, because per metre it's only cost you pennies. It's great, isn't it? Great value. Right. How are you getting on, Laura?
Okay, so I did a bit of a cheaty quick way of doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've just secured all of the loops. So the frame is now nice and just sat framing that shell.
Yeah.
Just gives it a bit of separation also from the aquamarine as well. Just like a bit of a layered effect.
Yeah.
So what I've done, after I've done all that, is I've just taken where those two wires were going across opposite like this. You can still, as I said to you, you can still just tighten it a little bit, make sure it's sitting exactly how you want it to, just by pulling those ends, okay? So when you're happy with the look, what you can then do is just gently fold those wires up. And what that's going to do is lock that frame in place and move these out of your way. And then what I'm going to do is take my wire and just kind of just wrapped around there once with my 0.4 wire.
Yeah.
Again, just giving a bit of extra security.
Okay.
So then what I'm going to do is pop on some aquamarines. If I can catch them.
You can. Look how many there are on that strand as well. There's so much aquamarine there.
It was lovely. It was really quite nice to be able to work with it without having to think about sparingly. You know what I mean? Like you can just think, I'm just going to go for it.
Because that is a gemstone you would normally think, well...
I pop one in here, or I'll do a couple in a pair of earrings, or anything like that. But it was really nice to just say, do you know what, I'm just going to put them all in one design. Well, two designs. Yeah. And use them really. You almost feel like you're just splurging and spoiling. Yeah, that's the one. I was thinking spoiling myself.
I'm just thinking, you know, that strand of aquamarine, there's so much on there, and because of the colour of that aquamarine as well, if you've got any 925 sterling silver shepherd's hooks or earring findings in your stash, from my point of view, in my opinion, you could literally put 3 of those in each ear on your 925 and you could get your money back.
Definitely.
On that whole kit, couldn't you? Just using a few of those aquamarines.
Yeah.
So
and do you know what? Some of the colours make me think of like the neon apatite. Some of them are virgin on that kind of tone. I'm cheating a little bit now. What I'm doing is just putting the
stranding from strand to strand.
Yeah, I'm just basically threading it on. Well, this is a quicker and easier way of doing it. I wish I'd thought of this when I did the kit actually.
Oh, Phil. Sorry, Laura. Phil's just passed me.
Yeah,
I'm sure this is 925 sterling silver as well. Is this 925 sterling silver? There's only 3 handfuls. Is that what you just said? Oh, there's 16. 3 handfuls. So Phil can hold 5 point something in each hand. Interesting. 3 handfuls. I've never heard that. Have you heard that one before? 3 handfuls.
I've heard a handful,
yeah,
but not like very handfuls.
Do you know what? I'm really quite annoyed now, because only last night was I thinking about messaging Fleur, if you're watching, messaging Fleur, because I've got some labradorite cabochons at home, and I was going to ask her to bezel set them into silver for me. Because she's just been on a clay course, silver course. And I was thinking, in my head, do you know what? I need to get a 3 metre length of sterling silver chain, because I want to give 2 away as gifts, and I need like a long drop, you know, like 30-inch drop. Oh, look at that. Isn't that stunning? 925 sterling silver cable cut chain you've got here. This is beautiful. If any of my personal shoppers are watching today, there's only 16. And this is only £21.95. I really need it. And there's only 16 chances available. DCRF67 is your code for that. Don't forget 925, that's going to add value to any of your pieces of jewellery. I think all genuine gemstones deserve 925. Obviously our budgets won't always let us stretch to that. But you know what? I'm just looking at my call screen thinking, come on. Personal shoppers, I've got my mum. I've got Alison, guest designer Alison Tarry. She's now a personal shopper of mine. That's great. She did, yeah, she did. Hilma in Collector in Merseyside. Jackie, Jill, June, Valerie, Karen in 5. Congratulations to you. That works out to £7 per metre.
How much?
£7 per metre. No binding. Well, it's £7.30 something per metre. So, if that's per metre for a 16-inch length of chain, so we can get roughly 3 components if we make it go as far as we can out of 1 metre. So, for a 16-inch length, that would work out to £2 something. But 925 sterling silver. That is bonkers. I've only got 4 left. I'm just looking again. Jan in Worcestershire. Hopefully that's our Jan for me. That'd be great. I think it's gone. That's gorgeous. Look how much lustre there is in that. Look at the weight of that.
It's weighty as well, isn't it? Wow, that's beautiful.
You can give them back now. Magpie.
Sparkly. Oh, it's got a bit knotted now, see?
I'll unravel it. Oh, I'll have to have this one. It's knotted. We can't possibly give this one away.
Right. So I've put all of my gemstones onto my wire now, and I've got it again just so that it frames it. Now I've got it so that there's a slight bit of movement between the stones, only a little bit, because I'm going to go back around again now and secure this row to this frame as well.
Yeah.
So that is just one row on the 0.4 wire, and I'm still using the same piece of wire that I used to stitch it all onto, which is part of the reason I just wanted that continuousness. That is a real word.
I do. When you said it then, I was thinking continuousness. Is that a word? Isn't it just continuous?
No, it's continuousness.
Right, okay.
1,
I'll take
2,
your word for it.
3, 4.
It might not have been a word, but it is now. And it's gone in the Jewellery Maker dictionary.
Now, when I did that one, it worked out I was able to go into sets of 3 around each one. So, I mean, whether you do or don't, it's just a bit of neatness, really. So what I'm going to do is just, again, feed that wire, so across the back, feed it back through that little triangle, and just sit it in between those 3 stones. So it just pulls it a bit tighter. This is why you need that bit of movement, because obviously it's going to give a bit of gap. And then go back around again. When you're doing this, I'll let you see it from that side. That's not the neatest because I'm doing it quickly. But when you are doing this, you want to make it as neat as possible so it looks like 5 wraps. Because you've wrapped 3 times as you were going around. So you really want to make sure that it sits nicely where that wire is, So then again, you would just go in the next 3, and then you would, that takes you to your next little triangle. And then you would go 1, 2, 3. Sit that wire inside. And as you're doing it, again, just gently make sure that they lay, because otherwise they can kind of come out of shape and lose that sort of round circle shape. And I'm not going to do twice every time, but you would just do twice every time. And then again in your next set of 3. So you can see how that's kind of securing that now. That's much more stable. And even just going around the once is doing the same thing. So next 3. And then the next 3. And it just looks nice as it's going along as well, because you get the splashes of the gold holding it, but you get that separation with that gold in the middle as well, which is why I wanted that frame. 3. Now that can happen, see how here, what's happened here is I haven't allowed quite enough movement, so I've pulled my wire a little bit too tight. So we'll see if I can work around that. Just see, because I did give myself a little bit of movement, so I can probably just about get away with this. So that's why it's quite important to just allow a little bit of gap with the wire, because obviously as you're doing that, you're pulling it, and your wire is going in between those gemstones, so it's basically moving those gemstones along. All right, but I also want them to be quite tight to the pendant as well. All right, so you can see that there. And you just keep going along like that. All right, shall I keep doing that a minute?
Okay, fabulous. Phil just passed me a strand of jadeite. Oh, I know, but there's only 11 chances left. Oh no, it's not. Phil just said, just for Laura, he's going to start playing auctions only that have 7 and 11 quantities in them.
Thank you.
You have a strand of jadeite, 4mm rounds. We have 11 chances at £9.95. Oh my gosh, have you ever seen jadeite go so low before? Do you know, whenever we have this gemstone, I mean, obviously there's only 11 chances left, so it's on and gone, as you can see. 40 carats at £9.95 is phenomenal value there. 0800 644 655. Already I've got about 13 baskets. And that just ticked down then. I nearly said it. Only 3 chances left. There you go. Gone. Oh yes, Laura Lou. Look at the greens in that now.
For a different alternative.
Isn't that gorgeous? Do you know, Phil, on my call screen before, there were so many of the kit in baskets still. How many? 13 baskets. You're going to miss out. If you don't check out, you will miss out on this kit. I just cannot believe the value in it.
I love it with those. That looks beautiful.
That does look stunning.
You could even, if you want to go full on, mix them out and then put that into like a bib effect.
Yeah.
And have that as a kind of a statement bib necklace.
That look phenomenal.
Or just like that, or alternate them.
Yeah.
What beautiful colours.
That looks stunning, wouldn't it?
I'll give them back to you now.
There is a very low quantity of the kit available, by the way. Better than half price. £21.20 we took that kit down to. A huge carat weight of genuine natural aquamarine, 2 of the shells, and all of that wire as well. Phenomenal value, I tell you. Gonna let you carry on now.
Okay, cool. Well, as that went round, you can see it sitting nicely.
Okay.
And I didn't do anything, I just carried on. It's just making sure that it sits as you want it to. And that worked out perfectly in the sections of 3 as well.
Right.
Okay, so my wire's back to the bail. I don't have enough to do the bail with, so what I'm going to do is just as you would with finishing any wire off, just wrap it sort of about twice around that one single bail, and then just cut that wire. That's got rid of that then. Okay. So I did the bail last. So the next thing I'm going to do is, when I was looking at it, I mean obviously I've done mine a bit messier, but some of these went really lovely and neat.
Right.
Some bunched up a little bit, and I think that's just because of the direction that the wrapping had gone.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just distract a little tiny bit from that.
Okay.
So that's when I thought, well, I'm going to just pop some, you know, the little triangles we've been weaving through. I'm actually going to cover them with the Amazonite.
Yeah.
Amazonite. I keep thinking Amazonite. It's got that kind of colour to it.
And also it's called Amazonian pendants.
Yeah,
so
I've got, again, now you've got a choice. You can either use a piece of wire that's going to be long enough to then continue to the bail, or if you don't like working with long lengths of wire and you want to keep it, then you can just cut a shorter length. Okay, so I'll only do a little bit of this. So that these sit nicely, what I'm going to do is pop my wire through the actual triangle.
Yeah.
And then again, wrap it around that one bail wire there. That's nice and anchored now. And again, I'm going to get rid of that nice and neatly. So now my wire is exactly where I want it to be.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pop my aquamarine. Here's aquamarine.
Yeah.
I panicked then that I had it wrong.
I can see the panic in your face.
I did, you know, when you're really confident with something like marine. Place it on and then pop the wire back through that triangle. Okay. Hold the stone, pull that wire, and that just sits perfectly there. So then you would take the next, you'd go back up the next triangle, and then you would just repeat this all the way around. So you just take the next one, pop the stone on, and then feed it back in the same hole that it came through. Because of the size of the stone, it blocks it, but it also makes the stone sit nicely. Okay. So that there's not too much wire either side. Yeah. Because otherwise what could happen is you'd get a splash of wire going down the side. But because of the way it sits, you don't get to see that. And you just continue all the way around. You can see the back. Yeah. I mean, mine's done a bit messy. You can see the back of that one. It's not a problem. But it just looks quite nice and neat on the back. It's not, you know, it's just running like a little bit around. So it doesn't, even if you turn it over, someone wants to look at it and see the back, it doesn't look like wire everywhere. It's kept it very neat as well. So you would just continue all the way around like this. So shall I do a few more?
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Love that. Kilt pins, we were talking about these earlier on, the brooch pins, kilt pins. They are fabulous, these are. I just think for you know, so many different things, different designs in your jewellery, you know, embellishing your dress with chain and, you know, just anything like that, they're fabulous with. Kind of using them as charms as well. If you like, you put them on your handbag and attach gemstones there. You can attach chain to them if you want to. There's just so much you can do with these.
They're great, aren't they? Because you've got the little loops and they're nice and secure as well. So again, Again, they're lovely scarf pins as well, if you wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
You could personalise it with some charms, some jewellery, some gemstones.
Yeah.
You know, you could even do some chainmail off of it, some kind of, you could do loads.
Lovely, wouldn't it? You're going to get 20 pieces in total. At just £4.95, that works out to approximately 25 pence each. 25 pence each, that's phenomenal value, isn't it? They're just so pretty as well. I talk about these a lot. We're using them in the winter time for, you know, if you've got your pashmina or a wrap on, wearing that for securing that and embellishing it, obviously. But also, you know, you could just literally pop some gemstones on there, have an asymmetrical design if you like. You can maybe have some chain, you can have pin one there and pin one on the other side. Pop that on your little black dress, and that's something that's kind of interchangeable. You could kind of put that on any top, any outfit if you wanted to as well. You can pop them onto hats if you want to as well, and embellish a hat with one.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, you know, when you do the steampunk, Sammy does the lovely hats.
Yeah.
And she wears those hats, and you could pop a really cool, quirky one on there, couldn't you?
Yeah, that would look fabulous. And I know some of you can make these as well. A lot of you have made the pins before. We've been shown by the guest designers how to make them. But I've got to be honest with you, these are so strong and well made, aren't they? You know, the time it's going to take you to make those loops and get them consistently the same size as well. The time that filing to get your little point on your pin there so you can get that through your clothing or whatever material it is you want to. You know, that's going to take you quite a long time. 20 pieces at 25 pence each. I know which I'd be doing. BRPO64 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. Collect it in County Durham. You've got 3. Well done. That's 60 that you've just got. Well done. Kathy Suzanne, collect it in Berkshire. Collect it in Norfolk. Sheila in Greater London. Denise, well done. Collect it in Greater Manchester. Rani in Essex. Kerry in Staffordshire, Linda in South Yorkshire, Uzra Janetta in London, Caroline in Lanarkshire, Trudy, you're there as well on the web, Avril, you've just joined me, Lynn, you've just joined me on the web there as well. Do make sure you're checking out your purchases as soon as you can. It's very busy this afternoon, isn't it? I tell you, it's Monday, isn't it? I think everyone's got the Monday blues beginning of the week.
Is it Monday? Oh, I don't know where I am with my days.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? That's the thing here at Jewellery Maker. You get lots of busy days.
You do.
And also, I know lots of you ladies probably got a free pass to the television forever, apart from that 90 minutes that the football's on. That's what I love about when there is any like big football games on or something. It's like, right, well, you can watch telly, but I'm having it for the 23 hours of the day or 22 and a half hours of the day. Okay?
It's a good excuse.
Is it on all day?
Is it?
What? Literally one after the other. From 2 till 10. Are you kidding me? There's an hour in between each one. Joke, I tell you. Wesley's like, I'm loving life at the moment. Oh, too much football. BRPO64 is your code for those. Well done if you've got them. Right, and Laura, let's carry on.
Yep, so I have actually gone all the way around.
Yep.
So you can see how quick and easy that is. And they're all nice and secure, and that is the main pendant done.
Wow.
So obviously, the main time-consuming part is actually initially securing that frame. Because you want it to look nice and neat.
Yeah.
But that being said, it still looks nice like that, but just for that neatness, you do want it to sort of be. So I've still got a little bit of wire here, so I could use this wire to continue on for the bail. However, if you don't think you've got enough to complete the bail, don't start it.
Right, okay.
Okay, that's the best I could say.
Okay.
So again, I'm just going to wrap it around one of the single wires and get rid of that wire. And I'm just going to slightly widen out the bail.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to cut a new length. Actually, I don't need to cut a length. I can do this from the reel.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to just, again, a tail of wire. I'm just going to either hold it against the stone and just wrap 2 times. Okay. And now the wire is facing away from me.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it over and around the other side, round once, and then twice, and then over to the other side. It's basically the figure of 8 wrap, but with an extra wrap. So it's away from me at the moment, so it's going to come up and around this wire once, and around and into the middle, over to the other side, around once, and then around back into the middle, over to the other side. And what I'm doing is I'm just scooting that wire down with my finger, so that makes it sit nice and close to the wrap. What you don't want, what you have got to be careful of, is over wrapping. Sometimes if you do it, and then what you can do is you can kind of, if I can show that, you can get like a bubble.
Yeah.
Can you see? Just there, you can see it. on that side there. It just kind of very subtle. You can see it better, but when you start doing it, that one little tiny bubble will notice.
Right.
If you only do one, you can actually get away with just taking your pliers and crimping it. It does go away. But if you do a lot of them, it becomes more obvious. Okay. So if you do spot it, just undo it quickly and then redo. So it's around once, and then back into the middle, around once, into the middle, and over to the other side, around once. Now I can do, these wires are so lovely and strong that I'm pulling this with quite a nice natural tension, and it's not distorting these base wires.
Right, okay.
That's because I'm using a 0.4 with the 1 mil. This 1 mil's got sort of like a half hard structure to it, so it does hold its shape more than say the softer wires would. Okay, so just be aware if you're using like the softer wires, some of our other colours are softer. If it pulls in, it just means that you just need to hold it a little bit. There's nothing wrong with holding the weave. So as you go along, you can hold that. What I would say is at this point is I know my weave is established, so I can get rid of that little tail that I initially started with. So again, just go in with your pliers, your cutters, and just cut that to get rid of that. Okay, so I'm just going to go across. And what I'm doing is weaving out, so it's opening out and weaving into that. Now the size of your bail is your choice basically. It's your preference. I tend to go for about 1.5 inches because this is being woven flat and then it will be folded over. So you have to think, you know, a lot of time when we're teaching this, people will say, oh, is that enough? It's your own choice. But what you have got to think of is this is going to be folded over. So you might feel like you've done a lot, but actually in reality, that's only 1/2 of it. So you have to consider that. So I'm just going to go up a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is just kick these wires in to form like a diamond shape, okay? Oops. Okay. Right, so once I've done that, just find some pliers. I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm just going to fold the bail in like that. And then gently open them back out so I've got that diamond shape, okay? Right. What happened, I nicked it a little bit when I cut it. Be careful of doing that. Because that's why I keep it continuous. That's why I try not to add lots in, because sometimes what can happen is you can just catch it and you can cut the wrong piece of wire. So that was my fault, but we'll forget about that bit there. That was my fault, okay? So be careful, super careful when you're doing that, because that can happen. That's why I did it. To show you what can happen. Don't do that. And how to rectify it. If that did happen, there's no reason for me not to just sort of wrap that wire and blend in another little piece and then just finish it off. So it's not like you ever done all that work and gone, oh no, what do I do now? All right, so don't worry. So wrap it around, and when you're going, when the weave's going down into a narrower space, what can happen is your wire will try to skip down. So it kind of, can you see how it started to open out more? If I show it on the close-up, you'll see it a bit better. And what it does is it just wants to skip down a little bit. See how it's looking more open? So when that happens, what you just want to do is just be a bit more controlled about it. So I'm just holding it a little bit more and making sure it stays where it's meant to. And then I will hold that weave and just stop it from sort of skipping a little bit. It's just because it's going down, it just wants to sort of slide down the wire a little bit, that's all. And so if I just quickly finish this bit off.
Okay, lovely. Is this a bundle? Are these all together or are they separate? Oh, these are gorgeous. I mean, look how sparkly these gemstones are. Do you know what? He's done it again, hasn't he? There's only 11 chances left for you to come in. 10 plus 1. 11 chances to come in and get this one. They are stunning. Quartz collection you've got here. You've got your green amethyst, your pink amethyst, your smoky quartz, your rose quartz, and your citrine. I need this bundle in my life. How sunny is this bundle? £17.95 for you. No, £17.95 for you. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, how much does that work out to per strand? £3.59 per strand. £3.59 for a strand of rose quartz. £3.59 for braided amethyst. We never see green amethyst, do we? Hardly ever. You've got your citrine there as well, smoky quartz, and your amethyst. Oh my gosh, that's an absolute steal. But look at all of those together. I just want stretchies.
Love that.
Stacking and racking. How gorgeous would that look?
Rings, beautiful, lovely little rings with those. Just little bands of gemstones.
That's like a rainbow right there, isn't it? Really, really beautiful bundle. Collecting Merseyside, Janice, Tatiana, Yvonne, Trina, Jacqueline, Jackie in Shropshire, Collector in County Durham, Jan. I'm not sure he's going to do that last one. Yikes. Gorgeous.
Okay.
Right,
sorry. All I was going to do was quickly fix that, just to show you how you could quickly fix it, should that happen to you. But that's why I personally try to keep my wires as continuous as possible, because there's less sort of risk of that happening. Okay, but then you're also not trying to do it really super quick in the studio. So you're actually looking a little bit closer to what you're doing. And so then you just add that on, blend that in, and nobody will ever know that happened.
No.
There we go, look.
There you go.
What do you mean?
Perfect.
It didn't snap. I didn't cut the wrong bit.
Don't do it again.
Don't put pressure on me.
Can you imagine? I'm sorry, but I would laugh.
You would laugh, yeah, I feel sympathy. So, again, now, so what I'm going to do now is just, this is obviously complete in effect.
Yeah.
So I've woven it down to here. Now, I don't need any more wire, so again, I'm just going to cut that and cut it. So what I want to do is bring the bail forward towards the front of the pendant, okay? So that's front of the pendant, it's coming towards it. The reason is I want to roll it away from it, so I'm going to create a nice bail shape. Now I'm going to use my larger bail making pliers. Now you can use pretty much anything. If you don't have any fancy tools as such, if you've got just a starter kit, tiny ones, you can just use these as well. Okay, these make nice bail sort of rounders.
Good size, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can, if you haven't got these, but if you can get these, they're amazing.
Yeah.
So then just opening out those two wires, what we want to do is just kind of encourage it to the front. Up and over, and up and over, okay? And then you can just bring one around into the back, and that can be cut there.
Yeah.
And then the one that's at the front, just spiral.
Oh, wow.
And that really is pretty much your pendant done. So that you would cut and just tuck it to make sure there's no sharp edge. And then this I would trim to probably about an inch and a half or so.
Right.
Take my around those pliers. That's me being rubbish.
It's just because you've got thousands of people watching
you. Yeah,
How
no
often
pressure.
do you make jewellery with that many people watching you?
Right, and then just rotate that round. You've got to use the right pliers. These ones are the best for this. My nylon pliers get a really good grip on this wire. And then rotate that and just sit it there.
Perfect. Look at that. Ta-da!
And it's finished.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's it really. And then with your 1 mil wire, I just use that to make jump rings.
Wow.
So use your bail making pliers.
Yeah.
And just, I wanted larger ones.
Right.
So I just rotate it around like that.
Yeah.
And cut them.
Excellent.
And that's pretty much it in figure 8. That's it.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much for that, Laura.
Right.
That's such a beautiful, beautiful pendant. I'm going to squeeze in the braided wire if I've got time. Have a look. Now, this has been really, really popular in the past as well. Again, perhaps because it's something that makes it look like you've done a lot more than what you actually have. Only 15 chances left. Trying to get it out. I'll get it out. It's going to say time's up. Braided wire. Have a look. Look at the finish that gives you. So for torque necklaces and things like that, it really is stunning. You have 2.5 foot of your braided rose gold. Wow, I can't remember the last time I had the rose gold. Had the silver not too long ago, but it's been a while since I've seen the rose gold braided wire. 2.6mm gauge, £6.95 for you. So you could literally just take a small length of that and pop on the pendant that Laura's just made, if you like.
You could use that as the in-between, the layer in between the stone and the aquamarine.
that would look phenomenal, wouldn't it? And look at that detail that you've got there. So it's kind of like that roping effect that you've got there. Very, very designer. £6.95. You can add that to your order today. No extra cost on your postage and packaging. It's just £2.95 standard P&P here at Jewellery Maker. And that doesn't matter how many pieces you order. If you've come in today and you've ordered 50 pieces, between midnight last night and midnight tonight, just one postage and packaging of £2.95. Last 10 chances for you here at Jewellery Maker this afternoon. We've got Collector in County Durham, and it's got 3. Kevin, you got 3. Do you know what? Again, if you want to, if we've got the quantity there, you can absolutely go for it. JABN90 is your code for this one. You could use this in rings and everything, couldn't you?
Yeah, and the good thing is you can actually untwist some of the braid on it as well. And if you do that, you can then put gemstones onto it, so you could make a ring base, and then untwist the ends, so you've got that as the ring shank, and then add your gemstones onto the sort of untwisted bits.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Gorgeous cluster design. They have gone massive congratulations. Kit, still quite a few in baskets, I believe, Philip. Ooh, 10 left and 35 in baskets right now. Thereabouts. You must check out, better than half price for that kit today. Incredible. Sarah, Madeline, Marie, Nadja, Sarah, Jane, Collector in Cardiff, Sally, Gail, Margaret, Sue, Marilyn, Shane, Emma, Samina, loads and loads of you there. Still to check that kit out. That was incredible value. You could be recreating some of these pieces, or you could be making some of your own. It's entirely up to you. With value like that, I just wouldn't be missing out on that for the wide aquamarine as well. And those shells, they were just gorgeous. Coming up for you after the break, I've got the deal of the day. So, do you know, sterling silver, 95 sterling silver chains, rhodium plated as well. Very high end. You've got to make sure that you're staying tuned for that. Don't go anywhere, and I'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes time.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just £2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for £4.95.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then head over to our website and check out our Get Started page. Watch the welcome message from presenter Carol and find out all about Jewellery Maker. Watch one of our easy-to-follow tutorials where our guest designers will teach you the basics and give you the confidence to start making earrings, bracelets and necklaces. If you prefer to simply have a go, then check out our starter kits. They contain everything you need, including instructions, tools, gemstones and clasps, allowing you to create your very first jewellery pieces. You can either watch the video tutorial or follow the step-by-step instructions to give you plenty of inspiration. We also have an array of beginners workshops that you can attend here at our studios and join our experienced designers and get a taste for this fabulous hobby. We will guide you through the basics to get you started making your own beautiful jewellery. Everyone is welcome in the jewellery making family, so start your jewellery making journey today.
Deal of the day. Oh my gosh, I need this one. I just said to Phil, is there any of those 3 metre lengths of a 95 sterling silver chain left? No, Hannah. Don't be silly. Your deal of the day, every day, 11 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock of an evening. Incredible quantities. Hopefully there'll be enough left coming to the late show for them to have this as well. These are very, very high end. You have 3 sterling silver chains here, but they are not just any 925 sterling silver chains. They are rhodium plated as well. Now that is incredibly, incredibly high end. Rhodium is part of the platinum family. It's one of the most expensive precious metals on the planet. Finishing your sterling silver with rhodium plating it's going to help against tarnishing, and it's also giving you that extra durability in your jewellery as well. It is very, very high end. Quite possibly, in my opinion, it's kind of like the next best thing to platinum, really. You know, with the durability of platinum that you have, these, with that rhodium plating there, just incredible. Now, I'm going to hold these up individually for you so you can see each individual chain. Now, they are all at 16 inches in length with a 2-inch extender chain there as well. So that's 16 to 18 inches in length. Gift ideas, absolutely perfect. Really, really perfect. I was saying the other day, actually, we had a chain the other day. I wear a sterling silver chain every single day. No pendant. And I always get people telling me how nice it looks. And it literally is just a sterling silver chain, and people always compliment me on it. Sterling silver is the most lustrous of all of your precious metals. So you're going to get an incredible luster there. You've got that base luster, but then you've got that luster from your rhodium plating there as well. I've got to be honest with you, I would wear all 3 of these together. Just to give, yeah, absolutely. That layered up look is very much on trend at the moment. And of course, with all of that 925 sterling silver there, whoopsie, sorry. With all of that 925 sterling silver there as well, I mean, that's just adding to the look. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, they are gorgeous. So, so lustrous. You've got your curb chain, your Rolo chain, and your box chain there as well. Now, last time I did some research, literally about a week ago, the lowest priced 925 sterling silver chain that I could find that day was £19.99. The lowest price I'd ever seen for one was £11.99. Bearing in mind, these aren't just, you know, these are not just 925 sterling silver. They are rhodium plated as well. So when you think that, you know, you've got to take into consideration the fact that we are looking at, you know, one of the world's most expensive precious metals that we've plated the 925 with there as well. I mean, come on. I mean, if we could do these at, I'm going to say, no, they're rhodium plated as well, so I've got to take that into consideration. I'm going to say £8 each. If we could do these at £7.95 each, that'd be phenomenal. So we're looking at just under £24. Can we do that? No. £4.32 each. £12.95 for one sterling silver chain. Phil, can you just do me a favour? Can you go onto the interweb right now and just type in sterling silver chain that is rhodium plated and see what price tag you could be paid for one of these? Never mind 3. What a great gift idea this is. Oh, that's phenomenal. All those pendants you've got in your stash. Okay, first one that Phil's found, £8.99. That's the best price I've ever heard. That's great, isn't it? Isn't that incredible? That's an auction website as well. £8.99, still 5 days to go, could go up. £8.99, still not Jewellery Maker, but we've beaten that by half, haven't we? I think we have. Aren't they lovely, Laura?
I was just going to say about it being on an auction website, always guaranteed it's what it is.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, good point actually.
I'm not saying it isn't.
Yeah, but sometimes.
I'm not saying it, but sometimes it's not always what it's meant to be.
Definitely. Phil, you've just found one, have you, for £69? £59.99. £69. £69.99, 18-inch curved chain, sterling silver that is rhodium plated as well. 16 to 18 inches in length these are. They're finished as well. Oh yeah, you don't have to do anything to these. You've got your bolt ring clasps and your extender chain on there as well. Look at the finish on these as well. You can see how high-end they are. Really, really high-end. But also, you know, you can see the fluidity in them, can't you? Look at that fluidity. And you can see the weight in there as well. Incredible, incredible weight. I have so many of you multiplying. Sally in Nebraska, girlfriend. Sally is buying 3. Somebody's texting asking why you would coat it in rhodium. Rhodium is very, very durable. It's a very, very durable precious metal. But rhodium, what rhodium also does with 925 is it stops it from tarnishing. So you know with 925 sterling silver, sometimes, you know, when it's exposed to the elements and moisture, you can get that tarnishing. Some of us like that oxidized look within our precious metal. Yeah, so it stops it from doing that for you. So that's why you quite often see rhodium over your 925 sterling silver as well, but it's going to add to that durability. But you know, it should technically put the price up, Sally in the West Midlands, because rhodium is one of the most, if not the most expensive of all of your precious metals there. So it really is adding to that high-endness for you. At £12.95, it's not what you'd expect, really. Not what you'd expect. Danielle Jessica says, hi Hannah, could you just tell us how long these chains are, please? They're 16 to 18 inches in length, Danielle Jessica. So you've got a 2-inch extender chain on there as well. So you can adjust that slightly, maybe on the neckline that you're wearing, or maybe on the person that's wearing this. You might like to adjust that. You can also add, you know, your little gemstones. I think it's a really nice touch on these. Your kind of gems of distinction, gemstones. You know, it might be that you've got a beautiful sapphire, someone's birthstone. Just drop that onto the back of the extender chain on a jump ring, sorry, on a head pin. That would look really pretty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And like you say, it's ideal if you the present draw.
Yeah.
You know, it's someone's birthday and you've forgotten. Not that you would ever do that.
Not that I would ever do that for my sister's really special birthday as well.
Well, that's it though. But I mean, you've got lovely chains there. If you've got a ready-made charm like sterling silver, we've had some beautiful sterling silver charms lately, haven't we? Just pop one of those onto the onto that, and you've got an instant gift.
Yeah. Perfect idea, isn't it? Look at that lustre. They are just phenomenal. GFGC08 is your code for this one. 46 centimetres. So the inches on this converted into centimetres is approximately 46 centimetres. That's at its longest length, 18 inches there. They are beautiful. I cannot believe that price tag. I'm always here when we have like the best deals, which is great, obviously. But it means I can't get them. Even on the Scottish borders, you've got 2, Margaret in Bristol, you've got 2, Janet in Carmarthenshire, you've got 2. Well done to Deborah in Greater London, she's got 2, collected in County Durham's got 2 as well. If you want to come in and get a couple of these, you're more than welcome to. Again, even if, you know, you just, I mean, entirely up to you again, we're all different. You wanted to sell one of these on at £15. I'd buy it at £15. Rhodium plated silver. I would. Just £15. Haven't added anything to it at all. But actually the cost on these for you is approximately £4.30 something where we're at. Helen, you're there collecting in Greater London. Christine, Oxfordshire. Helen in Eastern Berkshire. Emma collector. Julie in the Wirral. Collector in Essex. Anita in Greater London. You must get checking out for these. You're going to have these home in a couple of days' time. Do you know, this is what I love about us here at Jewellery Maker. We say it all the time that we won't be beaten on price. I mean, these are trade prices. Trade prices that you have, I think. I could have got, you know what, I was just going to say, I could have got these for my sister for her special birthday. Well, she's told me to say she's 21. Add 19. £12.95. Yeah. She does actually. Do you know what really annoys me? We were saying this. I mean, Jen, I answered that like it was just a normal question. Phil just actually said in my ear, does she look good for her age? How rude. Yes, everybody thinks that I am the older one. Yeah. Every time, all throughout our lives as well, everybody thinks I'm the eldest. Tell you. Yeah. Yes, Bill. £12.95 GFGC08, your deal of the day today. And my goodness me, what an incredible deal of the day that is as well. Francis in West Lothian, you've just managed to get yourself 2. Congratulations, collect it in Greater London. About 25 in baskets right now. If you missed out on the deal earlier, check out now because there's no guarantee that there'll be any left for tonight. Margaret in Fife, our Margot, she says the chains, charm or birthstone pendant, Christmas sorted. Margot, you said it, not us. Yes, Christmas. I think we'll have Christmas next month here at Jewellery Maker, usually. And Margaret in Bristol, hello ladies, is the extender rhodium plated as well? Jane gets special credit. Yeah, oh yeah. If we say it's rhodium plated, it's all rhodium plated. There's no kind of bits missing there. The whole thing rhodium plated. I mean, it's up to you. You could kind of, if it's for you, I guess. You could take the extender chain off there if you were happy to do that, and you could cut that extender chain in half, couldn't you? And have an inch drop in each ear for earrings. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Gorgeous. Well done if you managed to get those. Love those. It's time for a Starbucks. This is quite, was very appropriate, isn't it, with the old parties over the weekend. Did you have a street party near where you live? My road did, yeah. They wanted to charge me to get into my own road. I kid you not. I had an invitation through the door a couple of weeks ago. We're having a street party for the Queen's birthday. £3.50 per adult, £2.50 a child, and can you bring some food, please? And me and my husband were like, whose mortgage are we paying off here? Because where is this money going? Like, why are we being charged to go to our own street party? I think I'll decline on that one. I didn't go. I went to another one instead.
Did you have to pay for that one?
No, I did not. I didn't. You just walked through the street. It was great. It was a town one, so they didn't charge you there. They charged me to get into my own road. Shocking, I tell you. So what do I do when I go home? I'm not paying. 95 sterling silver. This is very, very beautiful. Very regal indeed. Oh my gosh, check out the topaz. Now, do you not have all of the brilliance that you would in diamonds right there? That is so sparkly. The clarity that you have. Do you know, if you wanted this kind of clarity in a diamond, so we're pretty much looking at eye clean here, you would pay an absolute fortune for this clarity in diamonds. That's the great thing about topaz, is that you do have diamond-like brilliance, you do have diamond-like luster, you do not have a diamond-like price tag. There are 54 points of topaz. That is over half a carat of topaz in this design, teamed with a huge amount of sterling silver. I mean, look how thick that charm is. Look at the amount of silver. It's really, really substantial, isn't it? 2.6 grams of sterling silver. That is enough silver to make a ring right there. 2.6 grams. Now, whenever we bring you charms, we like to talk about a very famous charm brand on the high street, which you're probably all familiar with. Basically, last time I went in there, solid sterling silver charm, no gemstones whatsoever. It was £45 just for sterling silver. And you know, we've got to bear in mind though that silver prices, they're on the up massively. Our buying team went out to India a couple of weeks ago and just said to us before they went, do you know, chances are we're not going to be able to buy silver at the prices we've been seeing it at, so, you know, just giving you a heads up. And prices are on the up massively. So what I would say to you is, while we're still bringing you 95 sterling silver at these kind of prices, check them out as soon as you can. Isn't that gorgeous? So you can have that in a pendant if you can take the lobster claw fastening off there, attach another jump ring and just have that as a pendant. This is what you can multi-buy. So you could have the pendant, you could have the matching earrings, you could have one as a charm if you wanted to. Charms, A lot of them are quite symbolic in you know what they are. So you know, this is a crown. It could be that somebody's graduated. It could be that you're crowning someone as your princess. £14.95. But you know what? For me, charms, it's kind of like that just because. It's a just because gift, I think, a charm. Do you know, just because I love you.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking because when Kayla was born, my mum bought her a charm bracelet for her christening present. Right. And at every sort of occasion, she'd get her like, you know, a rabbit for Easter and like a little charm that meant something. Yeah. And so for me, I would get that, and that would represent that she was around on the Queen's 90th birthday. So it's something that could still mark occasions and landmarks as that person grows up. Yeah. So when you can sit down when they're older and you can explain where every single one's got, that was for that, that was for that. Yeah. You know.
That's such a great idea. That's perfect, isn't it? It's got so much sparkle. We're at £14.95. I don't think you could get half a carat of topaz anywhere at that kind of price tag. Yvonne in Renfrewshire, well done, you've got yours. Patricia in Staffordshire, you've got two. Well done, Collector in County Durham, Mary in Angus, Casey in Cambridgeshire. First time you've ever seen this charm here at Jewellery Maker. The first people to get your hands on this one, so a massive, massive congratulations to you. 0800 644 655. Well done if you've checked that out. It's gorgeous, that one. Right, I better take that off the chain, otherwise I'll get a phone call later on saying, where's the charm? Right. Ooh. We have amethyst nuggets for you here. Pink amethyst nuggets. Phil is not messing around. £2.95 for 200 carats. That works out to around a penny per carat for genuine amethyst. 2x1 to 10x2 millimetres in size. Such a feminine colour you've got here as well. For your macrame bracelets, your kumihimo, of course your Tree of Life designs as well. You could do memory wire bracelets with these if you wanted to. They are fabulous. My mum started doing the Tree of Life designs and putting them, you know, like those, I don't know what the correct term for them is, those little sucky things that you put on your windows. You know those things? Yeah. Do you know the name of them?
I can't know. Sucky things.
See. Sucky things that you put in your window.
Like and little sucker pads, aren't they? Yeah. You can get them at Christmas time to hang your lights up in the window. Yeah. And they got like a little hook in them. And you can sucker them to the window there.
Sucker them. Yeah, you can. Well, it's got Tree of Life in the window with pink amethyst and green amethyst. It looks incredible, you know, letting the light through the gemstone, especially when you've got this lightness to your gemstone. I tell you what, even if you don't know what you're going to do with it right now, it's £2.95. Get it home. Same cost as your P&P there. Sally in the West Midlands has got two. Massive, massive congratulations. QHGK42 is your code for this one. Last couple of chances. That's going to go. Got to be gold. Golden rutile quartz. Right. Have I ever seen golden rutile quartz nuggets before? I don't know if I have. Have I? Whoa. This is, do you know what this is? This is one of my number 2 gemstones, one of many. Yeah, because I've got about 20 at number 2. I'm not even going to bother now. No, I'm not going to bother. What's the point? £1.95. Well, as I was just saying, I'm just going to finish my sentence. I'm not doing any more than that, Phil. £1.95. What I was going to say is it's one of... No, I'm not saying it. Did you know that this is one of very few gemstones where inclusions can actually increase the value of the gemstone? Yes, Phil, I think you better go back and put that price up. Can't do that now. Yeah, it is. Rutile quartz is known for its inclusions. It's one of very few gemstones where collectors look for the inclusions within the gemstones. You want to see this. Oh, look at this one. Oh my days. I'd give you £2.95 just for this one alone. Just literally for this gemstone. Can you see the shards of gold
They call it angel hair, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's often referred to. Look! Are you kidding me? I mean, look at that right there. £1.95 for this entire strand. That's just one gemstone, Phil. Do you mean per gemstone? No. For the whole strand. That is incredible. You'll never ever get 2 identical gemstones. Even if you wanted a pair of earrings, you're not going to get a perfect match. You're not going to get a perfect... Yeah, oh, well, I'm happy to move on, thanks. Okay, lapis chain. This is the last one for you today. We've had 4 brand new chains. We had the amethyst, we've had the labradorite, we've had the garnet. Yes. Do you know what? I think this might be my favourite. I really do. The blue and the silver together look fantastic. Look at that. Royal blues, regal blue hues, brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker. Never ever seen this one before. It's not just any lapis, you know, this is natural lapis. A lot of lapis in the industry has died. Nothing wrong with that. Whenever we can enhance beauty, we will. But with this, nah, couldn't improve on this beauty. Those blues are just phenomenal. You got 12 carats of genuine lapis lazuli on this strand here, and you've got a metre long length of your silver plated brass cluster chain here as well. So a metre long length. With that full metre, you could get 2 16-inch lengths for necklaces, and you could have a 7-inch length left over for a bracelet or anklet if you wanted to. Our Laura Lou is going down the road of anklets, aren't you, with this?
Yeah, or like the foot sandals as well. Yeah. No, it's just because of the movement. Yeah. But then seeing it like that, it looks lovely as well. And again, I'm thinking if you had like a lovely cabochon that you could hang, or pendant, a lovely lapis teardrop or something, you know, like the briolette. Yeah, yeah. Just hanging as a focal point. Wow. You wouldn't even need to do anything fancy to it. Just pop it on a head pin and just attach it. It would look beautiful. That would look really, really pretty, wouldn't it? And you know, all you have to do to this, if you want to, simply add a jump ring and your fastening at the end, whether that be a bolt ring clasp or a lobster claw fastening. You could have that whole entire length just for yourself. Just treat yourself. Or it's up to you. Sell it on as it is. Or if you wanted to, entirely up to you again, you could just cut inch-long lengths with this and leave your lapis on the end there. And you can have earrings, couldn't you? Quite a few pairs of earrings there as well. Go for the entire suite. If you've got a metre-long length for yourself, why not? VYPP93 is your code for this one. Straight down to just £9.95. When you think again about the work that's gone into these chains, you know, every single one of those gemstones threaded onto a featherweight head pin, that wrap loop there, twice over on each of your clusters there. That's quite a lot of time that's gone into bringing you this strand. Take that time into consideration. Forget the gemstone, forget the materials here. £9.95. Phenomenal, phenomenal deal. Jacqueline in Cumbria, you've got 2. Weldon Collect it in Louisiana, Collect it in County Durham, Weldon Collect it in Greater Manchester, Violet in Greater Manchester, Carolyn in East Lothian. Maybe you're brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker, you're tuning in for the first time, again thinking about where to start. I mean, basic jewellery making, you could quite easily just add a jump ring, and there's tutorials on YouTube of how to open and close jump rings. Really simple, basic stuff like that. With your first order, you also get a booklet and a DVD. It's bound to be on that DVD for you. Add a jump ring, add your clasp. That's a handmade piece of jewellery that you've got there. And it's that simple. You've got to start somewhere. We all had to start as beginners. Come in to us here at Jewellery Maker, set up your account, and you will be back. And you know what? You're going to have a great time on your jewellery making journey as well. VYPP93, Gail in Lancashire, Violet in Greater Manchester, Carolyn, just check out your baskets as soon as you possibly can. I would love anklets with this particular one, I think. You know, initially when we had them forward, I mean, you were saying about mixing them up. The mixed metal look is very in at the moment, as you know, and we've had a rose gold one, we've had a gold one and a silver one. Yeah. So you could layer the 3 of them together and have a really lovely textural piece, almost twist them together. Yeah. That would look really lovely as a necklace, and you'd still have tons left of each one, wouldn't you? To be able to make the earrings, and you could make pieces in each colour that you could choose which ones you fancied wearing to match the mixed up necklace. Yeah, and you keep sounding Welsh today. Do I? Yeah, it's only when you say together. Together. She keeps saying together. Do I? Yeah, together. Every time you said it. Together. So you didn't do it then, but you did every other time you said it. Together. £9.95. Well done. We've got a message.
It's from Sean in Denbighshire. It says, really nice to hear Laura back. Have Laura back. Hear Laura back.
No one wants to hear.
And really nice to have Hannah on the mid. Love JM from Sean. Oh, thanks, Sean. It is lovely to have her back. Our bubbers. Laura's favourite tool. I'm just gonna let Laura do it. Take it away.
Right, okay. So basically, I use this tool for when we're doing the wire weaving because it holds the wires in place whilst you're doing the weaving, and it means that, you know, you're not putting too much tension on the wires. So I can't look at you. It's also used for the gem setting, so you can put the ready-made sterling and silver ring bases that we get, and then you can use this to hold.
Tell you just can't get a guest designer to use that, can you?
Well, it's fine until you start it. It's a really good tool.
It is. It is.
Do you want me to try and show?
Yes,
Right,
please.
thank you.
That's the why I gave it to you. We did plan that earlier on, just I'd like to point out, I'm not just like kind of handing over to Laura. We did say earlier on, Laura will demo her favourite tool. That's what we said.
Right, okay, so you just cut some wires, and then you can just place it. Oops, it's not going to work now, is it? Because it's obviously we're all stressed. It just holds those wires for you. And you place that and lock it. And then it just means that you can use that to do your weaving instead of actually holding the wires yourself. And it's really good because sometimes people tend to hold the wires too tightly, and then what will happen is the heat of their hands make the wires go really sort of
all the time.
So this is really good. It's also good for people that have got like dexterity issues as well. So you can just go straight in and do your weaving.
Do you know what? I've never ever thought of using that for wire work before. I've always
it is actually for gem setting. But what you can do then is just use that and go straight into your weaving or whatever it is you're going to be doing.
That's fab, isn't it?
And then it holds it in place. And then, like I said, you can put the tension.
Yeah.
It goes there rather than in your wires, and it enables you to. And it's really good for practicing as well. It is also used for gem setting, so you place the rings in it, and then you can put your capstones in, and then use the tool to set it.
That's great. Do you know what? That's like just answered all my wire work problems. Because I cannot, if I try and do any wire wrapping, as you say, the heat from my hands always bends the wire.
Yeah, because a lot of people will hold the wires like this, and then they'll hold it really tight, and then they get the stress as well in their arms because they're sort of holding it like that. Whereas if you're using this, it relaxes you as well, and it just makes it a lot easier, and it stops the wires, like I said, and it keeps them at a nice distance as well. Yeah. So
you dealt with that so well. £3.95. The BUGX at 20. So it's nearly sold out. You don't do anything. Do just laugh our way through the auctions. That's what you do. Have we got Star By? Excellent. Star buy. Have a look at these. The colours in these. You know, I've been looking at these. I've picked them up quite a few times actually. I did instantly. I want to make gents pieces with these. I think that gorgeous. They've got a real deep tealy hue to them that is just so fantastic. Now I have loads. Absolutely loads of cabochons here. I've got 750 carats in total. Huge carat weight. I'm going to count out actually, Phil, exactly how many I've got here. Oh, look at this one. Wow. Love the colours in this one. Isn't that gorgeous? All completely unique, all completely natural. Oh, look at this one. See, this is what I love about packs of cabochons. You get different shapes, different sizes. Loving this square one here. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23 cabochons I've got here. 23. I've got rounds, I've got ovals, I've got squares. I've almost got triangular ones here as well. I can't guarantee the shapes and the sizes that you will get. I can guarantee you that carat weight. So it might be that you get more than 20 cabochons, but smaller sizes. It might be that you get less than 20, but bigger sizes in there as well. The colours of these are really unique, aren't they, Laura?
I love that gemstone. It's beautiful. When you see it in the studio, it looks a lot darker than it actually is to the eye. We were looking at them outside just before the show, and you hold it up to the light, and they're absolutely beautiful. The colours that come through are stunning. I would be putting that with my copper wires, and even your silvers, just to bring out. I would sort of want to bring out the colours of the gemstone. You wouldn't want to make it too dark.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
And you, like I say, hold them up, and you see them in the light, and the colours that are in them are absolutely stunning. Can you see the difference?
Gorgeous, they're phenomenal. And this is a great thing again, you can pick, you know, you can go through the pack of cabochons that you've got, you know, pick out your favourite ones, you know, they're all completely unique. These colours, you've got these beautiful splashes of reds within the gemstone, you've got greens, you've got yellows in some of them, you've got oranges in some of them as well. How many? 16. Oh, that's all we've got. £24 and 95 pence for you. I mean, Laura, what would you do with all of these cabochons? I mean, they're perfect for rings, aren't they? Pendants and...
Yeah, they're lovely. What I like about those are that they're all quite shallow in the depth.
Yeah.
So they're really lovely for doing your prong setting, for anything like that, because, you know, it's going to grip really nicely to the stone. And they're also not too slippery a gemstone either.
Yeah.
So again, they're really good if you're practicing. You know, standard, you do your netting. I would net them, I would cage them, I would just prong set them and just do anything with them. And I love the shapes that you get with them as well.
I know, yeah, you're getting some fabulous shapes. I mean, it's not very often we kind of get this variety of shapes. Again, I can't guarantee that in your pack, but there's nothing to stop you coming in and multi-buying, you know, picking your favourite shapes out of the one pack and then sending the other one back if you want to do that. I love this one here. I mean, these all, for me, all of these cabochons in this pack, I would have as statement rings because I do love, you know, that big bold statement look. But you could have pendants here as well if you wanted to wire one of these into a pendant, into a cuff maybe as well. You know, you could even tie a suite. But again, thinking about the rarity of gemstones and the uniqueness of gemstones, this isn't something we have every day here at Jewellery Maker.
No.
I can't even remember the last time I saw it.
Just think when you said then, also with your copper sheet, if you do any work with a copper sheet, you know, they're going to go beautifully against that, and that really will help bring that colour out as well.
It really would, wouldn't it? They are so unique and beautiful. Again, you know, you've got those real deep, rich tones there. Greens, Mother Nature's backdrop. Oh, really? I tell you, that's shocking. £19.95. For all of you that have already checked out that higher price tag, nobody pays any more than anybody else. You will all only ever pay that final low closing price tag. Today, that is just £19.95. Linda, Victoria, Janet in Derbyshire, Tatiana in Greater London, Jane in Greater Manchester, Barbara, Claire, Lizzie in Pembrokeshire, you're there as well. Congratulations to you. WMNV09 is your code for this one. Kath in Pembrokeshire, I have these. They are stunning. They're gorgeous, aren't they, Kath? What's the weather like today, Kath? Is it raining? I bet it is. Kath's in my neck of the woods. She's not too far from us. Yeah, I bet it's not good today. Yeah, of course. Kind of. 0800 644 655. Phil's just asking me, somebody, was it you that asked me the other day, Phil? Somebody was like, who do you support then, Hannah, in the football, England or Wales? But I'm not too bothered about football, it's about rugby, isn't it, if you're Welsh? So, yeah. Just leave it as that. 0800 644 655 WNNV09. Massive congratulations if you check those out nice and early, because you save yourself even more now. Well done. Oh, what was that, Phil? Oh, it confused me because those words don't normally go in the same sentence. Smoky quartz stamping blank. I was thinking, is this one thing? Is this two things? Do we have a stamping blank on the strand of smoky quartz? Oh, I need to bring this chain back. Do you have a jump ring, do you, Laura? Silver jump ring.
I don't, but I could try and find one.
I would love it if you could. Do you know what? I'm going to just give this a wipe for you, because there is so much 925 sterling silver here that you can literally get a hand print on this, not just a fingerprint, but a hand print. Oh. I don't want to show it. How many have we got? See, 100, don't mind. If we can share. Look at this. Oh, I just love. That is so much 925 sterling silver. As many of you will already know, I am a 925 sterling silver girl. I absolutely love my 925 sterling silver. Thank you, so kind. Pass me a jump ring. Not only she passed me a jump ring, she's durable. She's opened the jump ring. This is why Laura's over there and I'm over here. Right, I just wanted to pop it on a chain for you. Obviously, this is very rough. You know, don't judge me by my my opening and closing of a jump ring.
To be fair, you need 2 pairs of pliers.
Yeah, to be fair. I'm just going to give that a wipe again, and then I'm going to hold it straight up for you. Oh my gosh, I want this. This is so my kind of piece of jewellery. Isn't that stunning? Really, really pretty. What's the grammage here, Phil? Whoa, 4.6 grams of 925 sterling silver. That's enough to make 2 rings that you've got there. Do you know you could stamp on this beautifully? You could pop a name on this. You could pop a date on the back. Did you say I need to get my order in now? You could pop a date on the back of this if you wanted to. Oh, get lost. Why did you do that? £5.95. Honestly, right. Again, earlier on I mentioned our buying team going out to India and silver prices. Did you not hear that? £5.95. Silver prices are shooting up, and we've just taken this kind of grammage down to £5.95. I need to get one of these very, very soon. You've also got 10 points of smoky quartz in there as well. I've just had this really long drop on a chain. I don't think I'd do anything with it, although it would look nice if you've got some 925 sterling silver head pins, just to kind of add some more gemstone charms for a bit more movement in there.
Yeah, I was thinking that you could hole punch the bottom at the little point, and then you could put a little tassel. Gemstones, and you could put gemstones again. That means something to you. Yeah. And then, like you say, you can stamp a name into it or a date.
Collector in County Durham has checked out 3. Jackie in Shropshire's got 3. Alice in Hampshire's got 3. Tina in Devon's got 2. Maria's got 2. Congratulations. Margaret in Fife, you've got 2. Lee in Cardiff's got 2. Brenda in Tyne and Weir's got 2. I want 2. £5.95. That's a gift right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you could put that. I wouldn't put it on a bag because it's all 95 sterling silver, although you could put it on a bag if you had a really nice bag. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Earrings, pendants. Do you know what? It's just £5.95 for all of that sterling silver and your smoky quartz there. Phenomenal, phenomenal value. Phil just said, I don't think you're going to get one. It's not funny. CWDL60, the most lustrous of all of your precious metals. Also, that's going to add value to any of your designs. I mean, if you went onto the high street and you were looking at a 925 chain like this, with this much 925 sterling silver, I can't imagine you would get anything like this for under £70.
No.
I just don't think you would. Not for this weight of 95 sterling silver. The chain was £4 something. The pendant is £5.95. That's just over £10 cost right here. Oh, Phil. Oh, we should have given me like a heads up. Denise collected in Greater London, Sandra collected in London, Violet in Greater Manchester, Susan, Isabel, Deborah in Tyneweir, Catherine in Lanarkshire, Jennifer in Bristol has got 4, Angela in Dorset has got 2, Sylvia in Merseyside's got 2, Marcia in Bristol's got 2, Janet in Carmarthenshire, you've got 4. You know, if anybody feels like their quantities is too much for them to handle. Ah, Kath in Pembrokeshire, it's raining and it's muggy. Same here, Kath. Rubbish. Rubbish. And I'm not there, it's a miracle. CWDL60, that is a phenomenal, phenomenal price tag there. There's 15 left. I would be ever so grateful if you could just leave me one. You know, I don't mind not multi-buying, I just want one. Isabel in Angus, Susan, Violet, Michelle in County Durham, Edwina. Well done. Wow. Sorry, I didn't show you 9. I've only just noticed as I put it down. All of our 925 is stamped, of course, but I will just quickly show you the 925 stamp on the back there as well. £5.95. You know, sometimes, genuinely, I'll go home and I'll be eating dinner with my family and I will just sit there, and I'll do it tonight. I'll just sit there, be eating my dinner, and I'll just go, £5.95. Hope you'll be like, what are you on about? £5.95. Right, I'm just going to pop that back off there. Right, how long do we have left? Oh, 15 minutes. Can we do another star buy? Not if you can do anything like that, Phil. No. No. That's so pretty. Right, got to do another star buy for you. I dread to think how the last few minutes are going to go here at Jewellery Maker, judging on the last few auctions. I mean, we were taking nugget strands down to £1.95 today here at Jewellery Maker. We're just taking over 4 grams of 95 sterling silver to £5.95. Madness. See, this is why I always say you never go anywhere, you never switch over. Oh, because you never know what's going to happen. Look at these. Again, something I've noticed lately, I don't really know if I should be pointing this out, but I'm going to anyway. We started grading labradorite. I've got to be honest with you, there's a fair few strands that I think have slipped through the grading system. Do you not agree? I mean, look at the quality of this. Right, Laura. The Labradorescence is just phenomenal in this strand, and check out the size of your gemstones there as well. My gollies. 6x3 to 9x2 millimeters in size, 105 carats of labradorite. Now, labradorite is being voted one of your favourite gemstones here at Jewellery Maker for years and years. It was only just pipped to the post last year, actually, by Tanzanite, in fact. It's one of those that is just so captivating. It's so mesmerising, purely because of that phenomena that you are getting with this gemstone. You know, people that have never seen labradorite before, it's an instant attention grabber, isn't it, labradorite?
Yeah, it catches your eye, doesn't it? There's something very magical about it.
Oh, it's so magical, it's so mystical, it's ethereal. One of those gemstones that I could get just lost in forever. Out of all the gemstones, and I've got quite a lot of strands now at home, you know, I've got a few projects on the go that I've started and never finished. But out of all of the gemstones, my biggest stash is labradorite. I've got the biggest labradorite stash yet. I've got cabochons, I've got drops, I've got everything, pretty much. And it's one of those gemstones that I fall in love with, I see it, and then I get it home and I'm like, oh, what should I do? And I look at it, and I'm not kidding you, I just look at it. Put a picture on Instagram, actually, not long ago, of a pile of labradorite. Do you know what I'm doing with it? I just like to look at it. It's phenomenal, this gemstone. Really, really beautiful. Got some gorgeous coppers coming through down here. Gorgeous coppers and pinks coming through there. It's all about the angle in which the light hits the gemstone to enable you to see Labrador essence within this gemstone. And my goodness, this is completely natural. 100% natural. Teamed up with Moonstone, I think that's an absolute match made in heaven. Absolute match made in heaven. But you could put this with so many other gemstones. In fact, this is one of those gemstones for me that I kind of leave it on its own or put it with Moonstone. And I don't put it with anything else. But then we have guest designers come in and say, what about this? Or look at this. And I'm like, oh, I never really think outside the box with Labrador. I don't.
I guess because a lot of time we work with our kits and we get given it as bundles, we get used to sort of being able to put it with other colours and seeing what it goes with. You know, like you say, putting it with pearls is going to look beautiful, isn't it? You want something that it's not going to get lost against. So you almost want to put it something sort of clean in its colour without any kind of sort of shimmer or anything like that, so that it really gets to stand out, if that makes sense.
They are phenomenal. Wow. People buying 2s and 3s, and that will be why. £7.95 for you this afternoon. That's 105 carats that you've got there. Massive, massive carat weight at such low prices. I mean, under £10 is silly. You could just simply restrand this. Have it in a beautiful necklace, maybe add some sterling silver in there, maybe your gold as well, your gold and your rose gold, you know, perhaps your rose gold and your copper. It'd bring out those tones, wouldn't it, the coppery tones within your Labrador. I mean, look at that with the neckline. I'm moving ever so slightly, and again, you can see all of that phenomenal, phenomenal Labrador essence. I always think as well with the graduated strand, I like to leave it graduated.
I like to take the centre part out and then just put silver chain either side of it, especially if you were lucky enough to get that 3 meters of sterling silver chain. You could just put some either side and a nice finding, and that's it, and that would be an everyday piece that I would wear all the time.
Yeah, definitely, and it would look really, really pretty as well, wouldn't it? Hilma, well done. You've got 2. Geraldine in Cheshire, you've got your Sylvia in Cheshire, you've got 2. Valerie's got 3. Brenda, Claire, Barbara, Julie, well done. Beatrice, Nalia in the West Midlands, Jill, Amanda in Northamptonshire, you're there as well. Add it to your order. It's just £7.95. And again, as I was saying earlier on, you know what, I love to see the same gemstone, different shapes, different sizes, but the same gemstone all used in a design together. I think that looks fabulous. You could do that with this strand, couldn't you? I bet you've got Labrador in your stash already. If you've got Moonstone, put them together. They look stunning, they really do. PICI 85 is your code for this one. If you've got this in your basket, just make sure you're checking out as soon as you possibly can for that one. Isn't that gorgeous? It's one of those gemstones. I could literally come here at 1 o'clock and I could sit here until 5 o'clock and look at the same strand. I could, 4 hours. I could do it. PICI 85. Julie, you've just joined me. Well done to you. Angela in Shropshire, you've just got yours on telephone lines. Look at these. Now this, you know, like I've got 20 gemstones approximately at number 2. This is my number 1 at number 2. Does that make sense? Yeah, doesn't it? Perfect sense. Fluorite. Oh. This gemstone, it amazes me every time we see this gemstone. I'm going to have to get the torch out because this is a gemstone that has incredible fluorescence to it, and you can see it straight away. I need to get the torch out. Just look at this gemstone. It just has the most phenomenal inner glow, the most phenomenal fluorescence. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, electric blues, amethyst purples, glacier greens, what you have with this gemstone. Completely natural gemstone. I mean, each one of these, you could literally just do a little bead cap maybe at the top.
Yeah.
And have that independent, couldn't you?
That's all you would need, isn't it? Or some long chain. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, you could have it hanging as sort of like a pendulum, is it? Sort of?
Yeah. That would look lovely. It looked lovely in the window, actually, wouldn't it? With the light coming through it. You can see there, you can see all those different colours coming through, that banding of colour in every single one. You've got 6 individual gemstones there that actually individually are colossal in carat weight. You've got 190 carats in total. What does that work out to, Phil, averagely per gemstone? 196 gemstones. They're 27 by 9 to 37 by 12 millimeters. An average of 32 carats per gemstone. I'm going to hold the whole strand up. It's entirely up to you. You could be really elaborate if you wanted to, but I just have one of those on some silver chain, I think. Long drop for me, gorgeous. A lot of people like to use these as their light pull cordy things.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they've got nice weights in them, haven't they?
Yeah, they look lovely. Really, really fabulous. XRRU 63 at just £19.95. Again, I find that fluorite is a gemstone that always gets people talking. I've got some fluorite earrings at home, and they are green fluorite. But it's got such a fluorescence to it, and even in natural daylight, fluorite, it holds the light, and I've got to say, it's like no other gemstone that I've seen. In natural daylight, fluorite, it almost explodes from within, the colour does. It's phenomenal. The amount of compliments I've had, or people asking me what the gemstone is for my fluorite earrings, is incredible, it really is. Have a look at this again. Love those colours you've got there. XRRU 65, use your 30-day money-back guarantee. If you've never purchased fluorite before, you're a little unsure as to what it's going to look like in natural daylight. Get them home, when you've got a nice sunny day, just take it outside and watch that colour explode from within. It's beautiful. Jackie in North Yorkshire, Fleur in the West Midlands. Could that be the Fleur of the Hastings variety? Do you think? I think so. Susie in Hampshire, you're there. Congratulations to you if you've got yours. Well done. Do you know, the screen's not doing these justice either. The natural banding, I don't know if you can see it in this one in particular here. As I'm looking down, the natural banding in this gemstone, I'm just going to give it a little wiggle, is just phenomenal. It really is. Can you see? It's like, you know, that's like the best shading ever. And that's not created. That's Mother Nature that's done that. It's phenomenal, isn't it? Well done. Should we squeeze in one more? Yeah. Yeah, please. Oh, no, I don't have any more fluorite. Okay, so let's finish the show with ruby, emerald and sapphire, shall we? Wow, yes, why not? This is gorgeous, really, really beautiful strand. Ruby, emerald and sapphire, 3 of the world's most precious gemstones you have here. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Look at those emeralds though. Oh, they are beautiful. Oh, I love them. Look at this one down here. Oh, there's my holiday pendant right there. Gorgeous. You've got a real Colombian hue to that particular emerald, haven't you? You do have beautiful sapphires, incredible rubies, and phenomenal emeralds in this strand. And you've got a massive, massive carat weight there. 53 carats in total. Huge carat weight. £24.95. Wouldn't that be a phenomenal price tag for this kind of carat weight? Think about ruby, emerald and sapphire. You know, we think royalty, don't we? We think perhaps wealth. You know, yeah, you need an absolute fortune to go into a jeweller's and walk out with anything like this. Not at this one. £12.95. I love that. You know, we're like the jewellers, if you like, that you can go to in your pyjamas. I like that. Do you know? We won't judge you. We don't mind. We don't mind if you're in your pyjamas and slippers today. Totally up to you. £12.95. You can have this strand for £12.95. Katie VX37 is your code for this one. Multi-buyers. I am not surprised. What would you do with this, Laura?
I was looking at it, I was thinking I really like it as it is.
Yeah, it's nice.
I like random though, so for me, I think I love that just as a little necklace, and I would wear that just like that, or maybe with the heart charm in the centre.
Oh my god,
that would look lovely.
Can you imagine?
How luxurious is that? What an amazing gift that would be to give to somebody.
Yeah.
You could take it and you could sort it as well, or you could take the larger section out and maybe put them as like a trilogy ring.
Yeah.
And have one of each. Because they're sizable, aren't they?
Oh,
you know, there's absolutely tons you could do with them. Absolute tons. Channel set them. Yeah, can you see how cool would that look as a ring?
That would look beautiful, wouldn't it? That larger, those few larger gemstones in the centre there, as I just channel set a couple of those. That's a big look as well.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
As far as, you know, these kind of gemstones go, like rubies and emeralds and sapphires, That in a ring is a big carat weight, isn't it? In a
Yeah,
ring.
definitely,
No,
definitely.
that's really, really nice. Katie, VX37. Sally and Surrey Collecting County Durham. You've got 2 Valerie's, got 2 Alison, Diane, you're there. Deb in the West Midlands. Barbara in Cumbria, you're there as well. Let's go on over to our Laura Lou. Would I like to take what, sorry? No? All right. If you've got anything in your basket from today's show, make sure you're checking it out as soon as you can. How are we looking on the kit, Phil? So there was about 30 in baskets last check, wasn't there? And how many did we have left? We only had 10. Oh, 5 left. Do you know, if you just hold on a couple of minutes, I could get one. Just a couple of minutes. Better than half price. We went down to like £21 and 20 pence. Did you see the aquamarine and the shells in that kit? My goodness me. There's the aquamarine right there. They're phenomenal, aren't they? And here's the shell. Wow. When are you back, Laura Lou? Thursday.
I
think I told everybody that I was with you on Thursday.
I was running my own with you. You're like, oh, Thursday. I was like, oh, brilliant.
I must be coming in on my day off. Don't know what I was thinking. I was getting confused with today. You're back on the mid show, are you?
I am, yeah.
Oh, and you've got Tiger's Eye cabochons.
I do, yeah.
Sorry,
because I thought
absolutely
I thought
fine.
it was with you. Sorry.
Why not? Little sneak peek into what's coming up for you on Thursday. Who's the guest designer tonight? I've not seen anyone in the building. Any ideas, anyone?
Gem Hawks, maybe.
You think it's Gem?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, Gem Hawks. It is our Gem Hawks. The lovely Gem Hawks and Azina coming up for you on the late show. They've got so many treats as well. I tell you, I spied some of their pieces earlier on. So that means I'm going to be going home. I'm going to be putting my feet up while hubby cooks dinner. And might have a glass of wine. Not really. This is all in Hannah's world, by the way. This is not reality.
I'll join you for the glass of wine in your world.
I'll be cooking
Whilst
dinner.
we're cooking our tea.
But I'll also have Jewellery Maker on in the background. I will be back with you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Whatever you're doing for the rest of your evening, have a great evening, have a safe evening, and I shall be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Take care.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always